What song can I face? This world broken and broken. We have walked through the gates of hell, and we've only just begun. I came unstraight, let it slip through my fingers. Sure, I hated who I saw in the mirror. Lost alone for the shit I let linger. Born down to break my soul down. Of these scars, cause I undermine my time. All the good, let it stay, let it keep me. Where I'm proud, every corner that I shine. Stand up and break the barriers. I'm dead on my own. I walk alone. What song can I face?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have waited all week. Now it's time. Hold on tight. The All Things BMX show is coming to you live from Heartland, Michigan. Melissa, Marie, Paul, Chris, and Justin are bringing another legendary BMX guest to the airwaves. Riders ready. Watch the lights.
Welcome to the All Things BMX show. It is episode 81. It is Paul's 50th birthday bash.
That is it.
Oh, man.
Happy birthday,
oh, man.
I
Princess
am
Paul.
The birthday princess. That's right.
Oh,
ready.
man.
I'm ready for my rain.
There you go. It's
It's raining, all right.
Sure is. Good
He's got
times.
the balloons.
Dude, I got my little, what do they call
everything.
this?
That is
Sash?
a sash, yeah.
Sash, yeah.
All
You're
right.
all set, man.
I knew something.
You got the crown. Look at him. A tiara. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's happening.
Doubles
We
as
just got done with birthday cake.
Doubles as a jaw if I want it to.
There you go.
There's your mask, man.
Yep.
It's a special show this evening, so we want to get this right out of the way. I want to say thank you to all of our guests. We have just a ton of guests joining us tonight on our voice line. Well, because the interface that we have to bring our guests on the show through OBS with the video, it doesn't work. Whatever, it happens. And computer parts are hard to find, so deal with it.
And
It broke.
It broke it. So I want to say thanks to all the sponsors because it's going to be a very abridged opening. And I want to, you know what? That's a pretty kick-ass opening song, right?
dude, I got to go with a yes.
It is.
Most
I had
definitely.
to
So-
go. Huge props to Aaron, man. It's like
If
he lived the
YouTube's-
dream, dude.
Dude.
I'm so jealous of that dude.
If YouTube's going to ring us up, it's going to be with one of our friends and his band. So he lives right down the road from us. He's the bass
That's
player in
quite
Walls
fine.
of Jericho. Shout out to Aaron Ruby. I said, hey, we're opening the show with your song. And he's like, maybe the label will hit you. I said, oh, we've been hit for work. You know what? We get
Dude.
dinged for everything,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, still the quickest was Kenny Loggins, right?
AC/DC.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
AC/DC was
All
an
right.
immediate
It
shutdown.
was like 0.3
Done.
seconds and 0.7 seconds between the
and
two.
then
of
we
those.
were
It's
locked out.
amazing.
Yeah, it was. We were right in Facebook
Utterly
jail,
amazing.
just
Yep.
like Rick Carter. So, shout out to Aaron and Wells Jericho, super kick-ass band. Check them out. Go like them on whatever the hell streaming service you listen to music on. I can't keep up with them all. Tonight we're going to take a little different approach to the show.
Spotify.
This thing is going to be cut dry. We're going to get our guests on the show, and we're going to be calling it the Birthday Bash Announcer Tower Special because
There we go.
we've got a list of some awesome announcers joining us this evening to give some shout outs to Paul and to let you guys know, hey, look, here's some things you can do for your track. So we want to thank all of our sponsors as always, and we're going to jump in the show.
Yeah. Let us
Like,
know in
that's
the
what
chat
we do, man.
where you're watching. If tell Paul happy birthday in the chat.
Yeah, send me money.
He doesn't have Cash App because he has a goddamn flip phone. So
Oh yeah, you gotta like fill out a money order and
Western Union, that
rubber band that
No.
thing to a pigeon, dude.
But you got Pony Express?
Yeah,
it's
Right?
so old.
I'm a little up on that, man. You know, but, I mean, I'm still going to Photomat, but you know,
Oh,
that's what it is, man.
Kodak is still in business? Jeez.
Man.
Going to the little yellow
You know, it's
in the grocery
actually-
store parking lot.
It's like a specialty hobby now. it's funny just how times change. Before that was the only way to go.
Back in my
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, back when you had to date in the corner of a picture.
Way back
Is
when.
Is it this birthday, or is it which birthday is it?
It's 27.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, I'm right there in 27 Club.
Okay, all right.
That's
Just
right.
You know,
checking.
Joplin, all the greats. You know,
27.
Hendrix, Morrison.
No,
Except I'm not dead.
no. You know
what
Depending on
Jimi
the
Hendrix would be
day.
doing if he was alive today?
he would.
Scratching at the lid of his coffin.
He would. Oh, there's a dad joke.
Dad. Oh, yikes. We're going to give you one.
Right.
tonight.
My answer.
YouTube, yeah.
My answer was going to be trying to figure out what Little Uzi is.
What's a Nas?
What's a Nas?
I'm still waiting for that. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what none of it is.
That's funny.
I used to know what it was, and now I'm not hip anymore. So was isn't.
You are
it,
not
and
it.
it wasn't was, and I don't know what's going on anymore.
And was not was?
Right.
What it was is not what it is anymore.
Amen.
We're totally over it.
It was not was.
I left off life somewhere with like leg warmers and big hair, and like I woke.
Don't worry,
up
it's coming
and-
back, buddy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It always does, don't it?
It does, man.
I think big hairs.
Aquanet is just like, come on.
They still have they got a warehouse full of that hairspray
It is
somewhere.
waiting.
Aquanet number 5.
Yeah,
That's the one right there.
Once they stopped holding those indoor BMX races and the hairstyle went out, like hairspray
Back
sales.
to spraying your
plummeted.
tires. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Actually, I know a couple girls who probably got a couple cases stashed in their closet. That with their leather pants.
Wait,
Oh,
right?
man.
Yeah.
I
The
gotta
leopard shit.
say, my wife was like the queen of the big hair back in
What?
the day, man. She
You know what wouldn't surprise me?
What?
If you were too.
I could see
I
you like
was.
rocking that
Yeah.
Bon Jovi look.
And actually more like a fro, man.
Yeah,
Everybody
Chris
always
used
does
to
it
have
to me.
long
I had
hair.
Did he
about-
really?
I had
He'd
hair
take
about
his
that
helmet
much.
off and it looked like he still had a helmet on.
Nice. Good. Let the
Can you
good
see?
times
Can you
roll.
see Chris with that frizzed out hair like that, with the studded belt, like kind of like hanging off to the side a little bit, not all the way on?
Oh yeah. Oh,
No,
most definitely.
I didn't have that, but yeah,
I
did
I don't know,
have-
Chris. You surprise me sometimes. with some of
Bandana
the stuff.
tied on one leg
You
and
know it.
some cowboy boots
Oh man.
Never know.
Parachute
We
pants
never
and all
know.
that
with them
stuff.
tucked in.
Gotta be.
Ready to
Okay.
jump off
Tucked in.
stage and land on his knees.
All right.
All right, check this out.
All right.
This balloon is like all over the
Well,
place. here.
it's your number one, homie.
How's it going, Mr. Paranoid?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
He's tripping over
Is there
the
somebody
back.
behind you?
I will be right back.
there we
Just
do
'cause
got.
I'm paranoid
Okay.
don't mean they're not after me. Come on.
All right, you know
He
what?
needs to go-
Balloon's got my
I
number.
think he wants to go visit Northern California again.
Probably.
I'm all about the Emerald Triangle here. Here, Chris, take this.
All right. Well, you know what?
There you go. Now you got it.
I have to say it's about that time for one of the most popular segments of the show.
Yeah.
It just came out of nowhere like the last couple of weeks, and this is like probably one of the most popular segments of the show. Let's see. It is What Grinds My Gears.
Uh-oh.
And today, normally Chris Beard does it, but he has nothing to grind his gears today. His helicopter is fixed. It has fuel. So he's in a good mood today. So
What does that say, Rant Master?
That's right.
yeah.
So,
All right, all right, JT.
The endless
deferring.
hours of preparing for
And-
this show.
And
It's
ladies
all-
and gentlemen, it's the full first and last name.
Yes.
It is.
So
Yeah.
I defer
know-
to Justin this week.
Exactly.
So we're gonna make this segment something that many people can participate in, and I'm looking forward to people submitting their rants. So
Cool.
Okay.
Nick Jones, Cape Coral, looking.
Yeah, Nick had a good one a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
So here's what grinds my gears. Listen, you sons of bitches.
Oh, God.
What is there? 8, 9? There's probably way more shows out there, right? That are out there doing podcasts, talking about BMX, right?
I thought there was only one.
Well, on Wednesday night from Heartland, there is truly only one show.
All right.
Live from 8 to 10.
But there's a lot, and I'll tell you what. If when you're in this game, one thing you learn is it's a brotherhood where we share, we promote each other, and we really like to see others succeed and do very well.
For sure.
With that said, what really grinds my gears, don't be a dickbag and talk shit on somebody starting up their own program, okay? Because it is not easy. The people in this studio watch the struggles that we went through, along with people that watched the show that remember Chris and I sitting awkwardly across a table
with your 80s hat
Oh
on.
my God! It was so
Don't talk about his Kango,
it was
man.
so terrible. But with that said,
that was so
support
awkward.
those that are supporting the sport. It's
Good
not
for it.
easy, and help them. Okay, so tired of hearing people shit talking shows that are trying to start out. Get behind them, rally them. It's what our sport needs. Okay. We need more media. It doesn't matter where it comes from. YouTube, podcast, Facebook, Twitch, all the other shit. It does not matter. Get behind them, support them, and I'll tell you what, start your own. If you want some help, call me. My number is right on our page, and I'm more than happy to explain to you how to save about $3,000 in cables you'll never need. So that is this week's What Grinds My Gears. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. It's true. Folks don't realize what goes on a weekly basis
Doesn't matter, man.
to make
like,
this happen, man.
Just get behind those that are
But
doing it,
support
man.
them.
Help us. Help them. Help us. Help everyone. Go like them. If they got a Facebook page, if they just got a podcast channel and it takes you a few seconds to look it up, find it. Go find it.
Yeah.
You know, but that, you know,
support.
You know, and that goes all the way around too. You know, I mean, that goes like as far as like track support. You know, I mean, don't stick with one. Go help them all out. You know, if you can do what you can do, because this is just we're just so limited. You know, I think.
Are you talking about the 3-track challenge that you had last weekend here in Michigan?
Well, yeah,
Pretty rad.
no, yeah, it was actually. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. It worked out pretty good. It was
Shout out to Paul. He was the architect and the guy that helped out make that happen. And
yeah, well, we got to pass that right to Chris Medler as well. Like
He'll
I
be
said,
on later.
That was highly thought out and planned in about 32
and
seconds.
stolen from Nick Jones in Cape Coral off the Bangin' Bars. And you know what? That sweet award behind Melissa. That was made for this year's challenge, and it just shows you, man. Like you can work with your neighboring tracks, man. Make it happen.
Oh, dude.
Rally behind each other and help out.
And that's the thing. Sure. Everybody here, like especially in this state, Steve. You know, we got Corey down there, Waterford. You know, it's just like a little circle of people that
Everybody got to just work together, plan it out, make something happen.
All right, we're gonna call our first guest. In the meantime,
Are we going to?
I told you I was going to close that. I'm going to close your laptop tonight, bud.
So are we calling them on the Mighty Mo's BMX Cruise hotline or something?
Mighty Mo.
You know, I think
Mighty Mo's
we're going to
Jersey.
reverse everything and just
mess-
make up just whatever.
Whatever.
Yep, there you go, Chris.
out.
We're calling
Yep.
we're calling Greg Harrison.
That's what I was gonna say.
We're going to call Greg Harrison on the Richfield Park BMX hotline.
Oh,
There you
yeah,
go.
There we go.
Hey, there we go.
Remington's Palace.
Now we talked about this,
Hello.
Paul.
He should be.
I hope he is.
Hey,
There you
Hey,
go.
there
Greg.
it
There we
is.
go.
Welcome to the show.
hey, happy birthday, Paul.
Hey, thank you very much, Greg. It's nice talking to you
Oh,
again.
yeah.
How you been?
Been well, sir. Been well.
Awesome.
How about yourself?
Oh, I've been real good, man. I've been good. I've been listening to one of my favorite announcers all summer long. Just knocking it out of the park, man. You've been busy this year.
I always appreciate it, man. I always appreciate it. But happy birthday to you. I hope you enjoy it. And guys and gals, thanks for bringing the show.
No, man,
And
thanks.
thanks for inviting me today. My pleasure to be here.
No,
Well,
it was-
we appreciate you taking
appreciate
time out from what you're doing and joining us, and willing to jump in. Look, you have free reign to rag on Paul, okay? And then share, kind of let some track. We got a lot of track operators, track presidents, people that listen to the show that are involved in tracks. Just a few, tips, tricks that you've learned in your role, and I mean, you set there at the highest pinnacle you can be at for announcing, and just what you see and what you know that could be implemented, even at a local level that could help out the program.
Sure. All right. Well, I mean, kind of my number one rule of BMX, wherever you're doing it, go fast, have fun, right? And so I can't do the go fast part, but I do all I can to to the go fun piece, or have fun piece, right? And so I don't know, just get out there, mix it up. But as far as being an announcer, fist bumping the kids and just talking to them before the race, after the race, being on the hill. You see Eric doing it. You saw Redman doing it back in the day. I'm sure he's still doing it at Grand Prix. But just getting in, talking to the boys and girls, right? And then when you're on the mic, you know something about somebody, so throw it out there. I mean, Paul and I were talking about that back in Rock Hill. There's nothing anybody loves more than hearing their name said, right? And the heart and soul of BMX is little boys and girls. They're not driving themselves to the track. It's not a bunch
Right.
as much as we love it, BMX isn't about a bunch of grown men and women like us. The heart and soul of it is the little kids.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
so, getting in and just talking to them and seeing what makes them tick and finding out something about them that you can throw out on the mic. There's nothing that lights up a kid's day or their parents' day more than hearing their kid's name and something about them. I mean, I remember how excited I got. I remember the first time Redman talked about my boy, not just where he was in the grand scheme of his moto or whatever, but my boy's riding the track and Redman makes a comment about him. So, and those things, if that means something to me, I know what it means to every other mom and dad out there. So if you want to be the announcer, you can't just show up and go in the tower, put on your mic and start ripping, or I don't think you can. You've got to be a part of your program and be out there, like I say, talking to those kids, being at gate practice. I mean, yeah, I've had the good fortune, I guess, for about 7 or 8 years now to announce on the national circuit, but Cobb County BMX is my local track. Margie would have my head if I didn't mention that to everybody. But Cobb County BMX, I'm there every week. I'm there for gate practice. And I say that to you guys as I sit on vacation at the beach this week. But save when I'm away, I'm at my track every week. I'm at every local race. I'm at Tuesday and Thursday night practices. I mean, I got started because my son started when he was 7 years old. He'll be 21 later this month. He doesn't come to this track with the frequency he used to, but I still go out there and you get to know your kids. I mean, that's really the best thing I think an announcer can do is know your kids, know your parents. So like I say, you can just drop a little something about a kid when they're winning a race, knowing it's their birthday, knowing that they just, knocked it out of the park on their latest science test or whatever. But just those little things, they really mean a heck of a lot. And then the other thing Paul and I talked about is get the name right. When you've got a goofy name, I say goofy name. I guess
That's
the person
right.
with it
There we go.
doesn't
Now
think
there's
their
a
name's
straight from
goofy.
you too.
But when you've got one of those, I had fun with you guys a couple of years ago. I was up in Michigan. What was it? 2 summers ago for the national up there, and
Yep.
You Midwesterners have some very creative spellings on names. and so particularly at your local program, seek those people out and ask them how to say their name. I mean, it is amazing how much that means to people. I had a boss tell me that years ago, said the sweetest sound in the world is your name said correctly by another human being. And so as an announcer, I take that very seriously. I want to say it right. I know there are some names I butcher, and I know there are some parents that have come to me and told me how to say it, and I've still butchered it.
Right?
I did a youth football game last weekend, and they told me how to pronounce the quarterback's name about 9 times, and I didn't get it right till the 3rd quarter. It was like no matter how hard I tried, the wrong thing came out of my mouth. And it's really easy. It's Asensio. But
now you
it
got
is
it
now
down.
anyway.
but on the paper, I was every time I just kept saying it phonetically every time, and I finally finally got it right. But yeah, I got yelled at quite a bit.
Well, that always helps you a lot as an announcer when you're trying to work through a name, and then you've got families standing on the hill screaming at you like you're somehow incompetent because you couldn't figure out how to silence the Z and pronounce the I that's not there.
Right, like the CYK and like Polish names, it's like a ek, and it's like, oh, how do you get that out of that? But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My favorite story, though, if I'll tell you, hollering my name at you, there's a family out of North Carolina, the Lanudos. And for the longest time, I called them the Lenados. And we were in Circle City down in Dothan, Alabama. And those of you that are familiar with Circle City, it's got a crisscross. And so turn one is kind of like 270 degrees and brings you back around to the tabletop and into turn two and then down the third straight and back. But anyway, and from an announcer perspective, standing at the top of turn two is a great place to be. Well, I'd seen this family several times through the season and called them Lanudo Lenado. And second round in a total points race, the daughter rides up to the white line in turn two, looks me dead in the eye. She's coming at me and says, "It's Lenado," and drops down into the turn, wins the race. Wins the race.
Wow.
That's my favorite part of the story. Corrects my pronunciation, then wins the race. And I said to the crowd that afternoon, I said, if you're racing, you can yell at me. If you're not racing, don't yell at me.
There
Right.
you go. Yeah, point taken.
She was making sure you was going to remember that name.
Oh, absolutely. One of my favorite stories, and her dad shares the video at least every other year when it pops up in his memory. So,
nice.
I mean, that's the great part. I think if you want to announce, if you've had the good fortune of being at some of the bigger races and listen to, Jim Riley through the years, or Redman in his heyday, or Grendel and Charlie Borland and myself now, take what was fun to you and add to it, right? I mean, that's what I did. I listened to the races. I went to the races with my kid and I listened, and I knew what meant a lot, when I heard it said about my kid, and I try to work that in about the others out there. I think the important thing, the one thing no one ever told me, and this is for those of you, and I appreciate all the folks that have all the nice things they do have to say about the announcing I do, but the handful of people, and probably none are in attendance right now, who were there the first time I got the mic in my hand at a BMX race, was an absolute train wreck. No one told me the basics, and the simplest part, or the basics, are this, and I think, again, this is stuff Paul and I talked about. Read your moto sheet, the moto number, the class, read down every one of those names, say every one of those names, particularly at the local race. Make sure every kid's name gets said, because that's a big deal. Not necessarily in every other sport they come from have they heard their name over a PA system. So you announce their name over the PA, and that kid's going home with a whole new sensation, whether he or she got a trophy or not, right? So your class, your moto number, and all of your riders in it, number of transfer spots. Well, that's got me all the way down the first straightaway, and now they're coming back at me out of turn number two. Now I'm looking at number plates. Yep. Now I can tell you what's going on in the race if I don't know who's there. Locally, you've been at the races, you've been at the practices, you know who your kids are.
Right.
But the first time I did a race, no one told me any of that. But I just knew I was going to be, I'm going to date myself, but you guys were talking about parachute pants earlier. So I was going to be Dandy Don, Meredith, Frank Gifford, and Howard Cosell all in one. First time I got up in the tower, I was ready to go. Armed with none of the things I just told you guys about moto number or any of that, right? I was just going to dive right into the action, and it was going to be off the chain awesome.
Please tell me you were not going to wear that toupee. From Howard Cosell.
No, I did not wear the Cosell toupee, and I didn't have a gold jacket. But short of those things, I was ready to go. And
now I'm dating myself.
Down,
knowing that.
No, the gate drops, and I've got nothing, guys. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to talk about. I can't see a number plate, and I don't know a rider on the track.
Yeah, there you go. Get the Cindy Brady red light thing going on.
Oh, the gate goes down. I was like, I didn't get any numbers, y'all. They're down the first straightaway. We got a green bike.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll see what I can get coming out of the I got a 64. No 64 on my moto.
Yeah, that's always a good time too.
Yeah.
And there's the other thing I love to do is call out those boys and girls with easy to read number plates, because
Yep.
I remember being a dad and designing my son's first number plate, and I took it to a buddy of mine that was a BMXer, and I was like, Anthony, what do you think of this? And he was like, what is that? And I said, well, it's Trevor's new number plate. He's like, back up 50 feet. put it down, and then walk back over here and tell me what it is again.
Right.
Well,
He said, if you can't read the numbers from 50 feet, it's not a number plate.
that was us a few weeks ago at your track, right,
Oh,
Paul?
yeah.
When is it your Gold Cup?
Yes.
Yeah, when I helped announce it, that when there was a kid,
Riley Shepardon, dude.
man,
Yeah, little
Greg,
Riley.
he had like the 1980 no stickers, no nothing, just 15-inch numbers on there, and man, I bet you his name got said 100 times on the track.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's actually his dad's plate that he used to rock.
definitely
Yeah, I
could
kind
tell.
of figured that.
So yeah, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, that thing, you want to talk about some wind resistance, man. Holy smokes.
Oh, while we're on the number plate topic, guys, what's funny to me, and you see it particularly with the the Mighty Mites, the Little Tykes, run the little bitty number plates, where their side plate numbers will be larger than their number plate numbers.
Oh my God!
Yes.
I can see that.
You get a better view of the numbers seeing them go by you from a side view than you do coming right at you, because they've got like a 2-inch number on their number plate surrounded by sponsors. But the side plate has nothing but the white background and a number on it.
And man, dude, I wish everybody ran a side plate because, obviously being at the local level, not everybody does run them. But those
Right.
that do, it just makes it so much easier because, like you said, man, they get by you and you're just kind of screwed. But side plates, you can catch them, from a good ways away.
Okay, that
Well,
was
and then like you guys were just talking about the young man at the race last weekend with the big number plate. You all quickly remembered his name, and every time he was on the track, you were talking about him.
Yeah.
I've had parents complain, and I'll hear it from other people from time to time. The announcer was only talking about the second or third place kid who they knew on the track. They weren't ever talking about the lead rider. Well, that's probably because we didn't know who it was. Right? I mean, you didn't catch the number plate as it went by, and maybe it was a sideways place, a creatively designed number plate that wasn't the easiest to read, and you don't want silence as an announcer.
Yeah.
So you're talking about what you do know, which is the kid in second or third place who has the really big, cool number plate, whose numbers you can read and whom you remember. So I guess from a parent's perspective, if you want your kid talked about, make their number plate easy to read. From a racer's perspective, yeah, you want your sponsors out there, but if your sponsor logos are bigger than your number, it's going to be kind of hard to figure out who you are.
Yeah. I think
So, but I mean, really, as far as what I think where this started was what can a person who wants to be a local announcer, what can they bring to their program? And it's just the excitement and the enthusiasm.
Good advice.
Right?
Great advice.
I mean, that was the first thing that grabbed me when I met Paul at Rock Hill and was talking to him, and he was, if you will, picking my brain and asking for things, and I was like, Paul, you've got it. It's just that excitement, that enthusiasm, that want to is what makes it is what will make you a good announcer. That, and then repetitions. It's just like gate starts, until you actually start running your mouth and stumble a few times.
That's
You don't know how to
exactly
correct
true.
it.
Yeah, that's exactly true. Just like I don't know, I watch a lot of auctioneers and learn how to talk fast.
So there is one little secret I want to share.
Absolutely.
So when Paul first started coming around, I'm like, who is this guy? Look at that beard. And he tells me he's in a band and stuff, and I'm like, dude, why don't you come up here and announce, man? And he does. And the following week he comes back and he tells me he went home, and we used to stream our races at the track. And he said, man, I went home and I watched the race. I said, you did what? Because I went home and I watched the race, and then I watched the national and this and that. And I said, wait, how many races did you watch between last week and this week? I lost count. And he goes, man, I got to tell you what. And he started naming off yourself and Borland and the crew from the nationals. He's like, man, they got this and they do this and that. It's like, there you go, man. I have never in 20 some years of racing watched somebody take to announcing like Paul has, let alone do the homework.
Oh, that's
Right.
Well, you got to know what you're doing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like you said,
Oh,
Greg, you go
absolutely.
up there. I didn't want to go up there. I still did that. All the preparation that I did, I still went up there and pulled a Cindy Brady. As soon as the gate
did
dropped, I
fine,
was like,
bro.
5.
Yeah.
It's just,
5.
but it worked its way out. Now I can run my mouth pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
Paul, you did better than me.
Absolutely.
I tried announcing one time, and they was like, "No, you cannot put the kids on the pole.
No, no.
Nope. Her mom cannot get on the pole. I like the concessions to make more money. No, David, no.
Right.
All right, you're
Oh, my
done. That's
goodness.
it. You're done.
Right.
No more announcing for you.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Everybody's got their spot, and you've got to have somebody that wants to be the gate starter. You've got to have somebody that enjoys being the corner marshal, and I think I was probably like Paul. When my son started, I started volunteering and I was corner marshal, but I was listening to the announcers, and then I'm going to again make a little bit of a dated reference, but I got all the transit DVDs and started watching those with my son. And while he was watching the racers, I was like Paul. I was listening to what they were talking. What are the race announcers saying? How are they? And just trying to pick up the game. And then, like I said, I mentioned that I'm the local announcer at Cobb County BMX. Well, all I ever wanted to do was a Friday night of the Dixieland Nationals. That was my big ask of Margie, our track operator. I said, Margie, we get the race every year. You've been track operator forever. I know you've got some pull. You can get me on the mic on Friday night. I'm the announcer at this track. I want Friday night at the Dixielands one year, and so about 8 or 9 years ago I got it.
Nice.
And one thing led to another, and here we are. I guess this year will be Grand's number 6, I think.
Oh, right
Okay,
on.
nice.
Yeah.
Right on.
That is cool.
Well, we definitely look
But-
forward to seeing you there.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. Love seeing you guys, and thanks. Got to participate in one of your pre-grand shows last year, and
Yeah.
meet all the crew live and in person.
It was awesome.
And,
Yep. Make sure you
absolutely,
stop by this
it's
year.
always great to meet everybody. And I was watching before I came on this evening, and about the grind your gears. Justin, I think you're spot on. I mean, there's no wrong way to BMX. If you're supporting BMX, you're doing it the right way. Your flavor of coffee and my flavor of coffee may be slightly different, but don't harsh on somebody else because their flavor is just a little bit different than yours. If they're pumping up the sport and they're bringing people to the event, then they're doing something right, and appreciate that.
Well
we
said.
don't all have to necessarily. It'd be great if we could all make the old Coca-Cola commercial.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But I mean, if we can, as long as we're all pulling in the same direction, and I think that's the important part. And that's the thing you want is at your local program, whether it's the announcer, whether it's the concessionaire, whether it's your gate starter, whether it's the person doing registration, you want that energy and that want to be there. Right, that enthusiasm. I mean, if everybody there is going through the motions because they've got to be there, then everybody that's participating in the event realizes that pretty quickly, and those
Yeah.
tracks don't survive long.
Yeah.
Man, you're right, man. You got to have the vibe. There's
I
got
mean, and it's everybody. You can't be testy at registration or up on the hill. You may have an off the hook announcer, but if my other 3 interactions are poor, I'm probably not coming back.
Right.
That's true.
So let
wholeheartedly,
everybody
yep.
kind of find their right spot. And then the other thing, and I find this, and it's hard to do selfishly because I know I wanted the reps when I got started, and I'm sure Paul does it at his track. We all want to be on the mic and you get to be the voice of your track. But the other thing I want to do is find somebody else to be there when I can't. Like, I've been off. I missed last Sunday's race, and I don't intend to be back for next Sunday's because I'm having fun at the beach right now. But I want my program to go on. I want the people to have a good time. And so it's also, making sure that second and third person in line who's getting on the mic or running registration or whatever still brings the enthusiasm when they've got a shot. When
Yeah,
they've got their
That's
turn.
that's
So I think it's all
so
of those
important.
things. But keep it fun. Keep it fun.
Yeah, I've been one of the 12-year-olds at our track, Sebastian. I let him announce like quite a bit this summer actually, and he's getting actually for a 12-year he rocks it, dude. He's,
Yeah, man.
He's
So-
awesome.
yeah, so that's like when I'm not there, I got my back up. So as long as his mom can get him there.
Absolutely. I think we talked about that at Rock Hill as well, Paul. I've through the years, because I've been at Cobb County as the announcer for I guess about a dozen years now, and through the years I've probably had 3 or 4 either siblings who were not racers or racers who asked to take the mic as child racers, I should say. Those under say 12, and yeah, I eat that up because we all know. Most people are scared to death of public speaking. So I love it when a kid's willing to take the mic and get up there and give it a go.
Yeah,
I've been fortunate. I've got Mateo Pigo. He's a national caliber racer, but he took to wanting to announce about 3 or 4 years ago. And it's flattering, right, Paul? I'm sure this happens with you. The little guy takes the mic from you and starts mimicking everything you've done.
You know what? Actually,
X reverse, believe it or not, because I've heard Paul steal his things. It's great.
And talking about that, we all do that. Matter of fact, that's one of Redman's favorite stories. He told me, he said, I know you guys all listen to me. He said, matter of fact, sometimes I'll just drop something new just to see how long it takes you guys to start putting it out there.
That's funny. That's funny.
So yeah, we all listen to each other. We all grab a little something from one another and share, and it's part of the camaraderie and yeah, busting each other's balls is part of the show as well.
So
as I'm sure you guys do on this show.
Oh, big time.
When Paul and I get in the booth,
not at all.
when we get in the announcer tower together, and it is nothing more, and you know what? It's been one of the compliments we get is because we keep it moving, but at the same time, this, you've announced with other announcers and people you've worked well with, is you just you're banging out those races, but at the same time, if you can get a jab in, you're gonna take it, and it keeps it fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's why we're doing it, is to have fun.
No,
so,
most certainly.
So yeah, and it comes through. It's coming through in you guys' broadcast week in and week out. And I hope people tuning in are catching on to that. You're having fun and you're bringing BMX to an audience, and that's what we all love to do. I mean, that's just what I want to do. When people ask me what is it you're trying to do with your announcing, if you will, I was helping somebody earlier this year who was expressing some desire to start doing some larger races. I said, what you want to do, because most of us are in a park, right? Most of us are at a park. There's soccer fields, there's baseball or softball fields or a pool or something else in the park that has an activity going on. I said, I want you to get on the mic and generate enough excitement in your voice that the people at the pool don't know what you're talking about, but they're going to wander over to find out.
Nice.
That perfect for sure. Yeah.
I mean, because now I'm bringing people to the sport, right? I mean, I want the folks that are already there to have a good time, but yeah, your announcer should put out a level of enthusiasm that makes you want to walk across the parking lot and go, hey, what's going on over there? Because as I say, that's what's going to differentiate BMX from the soccer game. I mean, look, if I want to appeal to mom and dad, and that's a big part of that, because they're the ones reaching in their wallet every week to pay the race fee for little Johnny or little Susie. If I want to appeal to mom and dad, they're going to want to hear little Johnny and little Susie's name said. Well, we're announcing the whole race. That's not happening in youth baseball. That's not happening in football. That's not happening in soccer. They're not, on the mic giving a play-by-play as it's happening. I mean, that's something we can really do at a BMX race at the youth level that's going to be appealing, that none of the other sports can really compete with. No, right? You're not going to get play-by-play at the Little League baseball game.
You know what?
No.
I went and did that football game last week, and I called that game just like I would have called a race. And the guy from the opposing team, he complimented me highly on what I had going on out there. He's like, dude, you got everybody fired up, and it just... rather than 1st and 10, just like little Johnny's running around the outside, just call it like you would a race. You know, but like you said, that
But
love.
they're not. But they're not used to that. And
No.
yes, you brought a level of enthusiasm and excitement that group hasn't seen.
Yeah,
But we've got that at the BMX track at all 350 of them. We should have that.
Yeah.
You know, some level of that. So that's why I say find that person with the passion and give them a chance. And you know, if you're that person with the passion that's listening tonight, take that chance and be willing to be bad.
Right, for sure.
Right, because I mean, because whether it's being in a band, whether it's learning how to manual, whether it's learning your gate start, you know, how to jump the tabletop and eventually jump the double, you got to be willing to fall down and get back up. And so if that's, you know, mom or dad, that's what you're asking of your racer, and you're thinking in the back of your mind, it'd be kind of fun to be the announcer. Well, you got to be willing to mispronounce a name or two and make a few mistakes and be right in the middle of a moto and lose your total train of thought.
Oh yeah, that's always the best. Or look up at one moto and you look back down at the wrong one, and then you start calling those names. That was my favorite experience.
Oh yeah, we've all done it.
Oh man, shit, sorry.
And so on that note, and I shared this with Paul, and I say this to every aspiring announcer, because Sean Pischke shared it with me when I was getting started. He said, dude, at the end of the day, just keep going. Don't apologize. Don't correct yourself. Just keep going, because there's only two people that know you're wrong, you and their mama.
That's
There
right.
you go.
That's a good point.
I say that.
Well,
Yes.
well, Greg, thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you guys. Paul, again, happy birthday
Man,
to
thank
you.
you very much, man. It was an honor to
I
have
look
you on
forward
here.
to seeing everybody in Tulsa. Good luck Gold Cup season and state championship season, everyone. And one more happy birthday, and I'm out, y'all.
Hey,
Peace out. See
hey,
you,
Greg.
bye.
Greg, before you go, since you have so many great tips, would you be willing to come back on the show and let us kind of pick your brain a little bit more?
Sure, love to do it.
Okay,
All right.
we'll get that scheduled. Thank you so much for your
Love to do
time.
it. Absolutely. Y'all have a great evening.
Awesome,
You too.
Greg. Thanks again, man.
Thank you. There we go.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
There you go,
Man.
Mr. Greg
And-
Harrison, USA BMX
I
national
had one
announcer.
question I forgot to ask him.
Uh-oh.
You know you got 5 other announcers, right?
Yeah, but he's going to be at the Grands.
And we'll have him back on. You
Yeah.
pick
See?
your brain next time.
See, here's what it is. I just want to know how much it's going to cost me for him to yell out my name, my whole moto.
Oh.
Not nobody else's, just my name.
Right.
Probably a lot of money.
You know, so Chad Grace, he's going to be
Yeah.
on a little later. He is in the chat,
Okay.
and he may. I think they might have asked him to announce. Don't hold me to it, but if they did, we can get a number from Chad.
Ah.
So if Chad, if you're announcing at the Grands this year,
He may not know yet though,
that's true.
because he's just.
But let's say
coming back.
hypothetically he is. What would?
What would that number be?
Then we could take that back and run it.
Hypothetically, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
You know, we can.
I just need to know. I mean, how much money I need to have for my moto to have my name announced and my name only.
Yeah.
Because I probably won't win it, but
Right. Back there on
But
the
darn
5
it, you want
spot.
everybody to know you.
Yeah.
everybody would definitely know me.
We got Tuesday back there on the back. But he's,
Well, first of all, I'm
He's
running
still
around.
there. Go, Damon.
So is it going to be DT Express? What do we?
This DT Express
there you go.
in the big purple uniform.
Maybe you can work in the
Mr.
Detroit Velvets.
Medler.
Ooh.
What's up, guys?
Oh,
Hey,
Chris, what's going on?
man, our next guest.
Man,
so,
even a winter photo.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, look at this.
That's
guy.
spring.
Yeah,
That's spring.
There's no leaves. Well, maybe.
That's
Yeah.
spring.
you know where
That's-
it's from, right?
That's April.
It is a beautiful shot right from.
He's wearing a Capital City
Yep,
family
right
BMX.
there, hanging out with
hat.
our friends. Well, thank you for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. How are you this evening?
I'm off. And
Uh,
I just appreciate you guys including me in with all these other announcers that you're going to be having on. How do I follow Greg Harrison?
Yeah, I was
You are.
wondering-
You
I was-
already are.
We'll
I was
find out
wondering
in a
about
minute.
the lineup myself, but well, you know, not that, you know, that's like going on after Elvis.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it real. I hate
we
to say
still
it,
we,
but-
we still have a we
I
still
know,
have
dude. I know.
There was no way to stack that. Not everybody that's joining us this
You all
evening
have a part.
are absolutely amazing
That's right.
at what you guys do. And Chris, thank you for joining us again. Real quick, just let everybody know, Chris, here from Michigan, he runs the S Square Michigan Answer Team, along with running a team of his own. He does the announcing in here, kind of, well, actually more in the Midwest area, because he helps in the Midwest area. And
Several tracks in Michigan.
Paul and Chris are the kind of official voices of the Michigan State Series.
A little bit.
And
part of it, anyhow.
The newest tag team.
They are. Would it be more of a Road Warriors tag team partnership or Steiner Brothers?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Chris?
That's a long time ago, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of more like
Beavis and Butthead.
Well,
I was thinking like, oh no, that wouldn't work.
Sonny and Cher.
Dynamic
Sonny and
duo.
Cher?
Yeah.
Sonny and Cher.
Cher. That's pretty equal there.
Chris, how long have you been announcing?
Not very long. I think I don't know, since maybe 2018, 3 years maybe.
All right. And how long have you known Paul?
About the same.
About the same.
Yeah.
I think we met probably
Very sorry about that.
indoor.
Actually, yeah, because you would have been, Paul, you'd have been filming.
Yeah, more
when
than
we
likely.
first started the show right around there.
Yeah, more than likely. Because, I mean, I was around that first summer, and, I mean, I seen, but, it is what it, it takes a while to get to know everybody.
So what did you steal from Chris?
His batteries last week when I left Lansing. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I left her. We actually packed your stuff up pretty nice. You got a nice little box going on over there at Lansing now.
So
now the two of you guys have been working together for pretty much those 3 years, right?
I think last year. I think last year was the first time we started tag team in the state races.
Some of the state races.
It all
last
blends,
summer,
dude. Lord's honest truth. I mean, from like when I got, it's all, a race is a race, and it's just, unfortunately, I'm 50 today. So, I mean, it's like I'm realizing that, midlife crisis happens.
More like
yeah. But a couple of years. But no, it works great. Actually, him and I we accent each other real well. We know, I don't know, we almost, like I said, we got our duet down going in and out of turn number 2. I always just drop a line and it flows right in with in and out of turn number 2. I can't do it quite as good as he does, but.
Wait, you dropping lines up in the booth?
Hey.
He said it.
Hey.
Yeah.
He said he was dropping lines.
Context is important, man.
Context
is important.
Chris, what are some of the your time announcing? And Greg gave some great tips, but some advice. For those that want to start out and start announcing that maybe Chris didn't hit, or maybe Chris did, or Craig talked about
Greg.
that.
Greg, Chris.
I'm just going to go down the list of people that are coming on the show.
You're going to get the name right at some
Jim,
point.
Bob, Jim, Steve.
That, you would share with somebody that wants to start out into announcing.
Well,
obviously
Greg,
get their name right.
Yeah. Well, some of them I can't, even if Paul showed me or told me
Karcheski?
Yeah, no, I know Karcheski because I had to tell you that one.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that was yeah.
Greg stole, I swear, my notes. He must have stole my notes because everything that he said is almost verbatim what I was gonna say. A lot of it is know the track, number one. Know the calendar of the track. Know the events that are coming up. Know all.
Oh yeah.
Know your sponsors. You got to list your sponsors. You got to thank them. Make sure you keep people moving to concessions. If you see the concessions is empty, make sure you remind them that concessions is open. They got this, and this. Same with like shirts. Hey, we got new sweatshirts up there. Make sure you get on up there, get the hats, sweatshirts. Just know what's going on at the track.
No, that's
that way.
For sure, the concessions thing.
You can sell it.
Yeah, the concessions thing is big, and I used to do that. I wouldn't announce the race, but I would do the pre and that type of stuff, like concessions, right? So I'd go in there, see what they had, because it changed sometimes week to week. Make sure I knew in the back of my head what was there, so then I could go, hey, they got hot dogs, they got, Gatorade, blah blah, whatever it is. Up there in the concessions, go talk to them. It's good to know. So just run over there for a minute and check all that out. T-shirts, what's in there, that type of thing, like you were saying.
Yep, and you don't have to write it down on paper. I mean, you got your cell phone. I use my notes like I have all the sponsors in there. I have everything in there. So use your phone.
Paul needs a new cell phone.
Well,
yes, you can do a flip phone.
If you you hold that bad boy up there, man. Look at this guy.
So that is my track phone. I've had this thing for about 13 years. I think I paid 8 cents for it, and so you can all.
Well, that's what it's worth now, anyway.
Right.
What's your return on investment?
He's way.
He is beyond.
Way.
He's a millionaire.
The day that I bought my motorcycle, I broke down in between here and Fowlerville, and it got me a ride home with a trailer. So invaluable.
There you go.
Your stories never cease to not amaze
He's
me.
always got one, man.
I'm looking for the crank on that phone to crank charge the battery up.
That's on my flashlight radio.
Man.
Jesus.
Out of all the races you've called with Paul, what would be one of them that really sticks out as the one that you felt like everything clicked and it just came off great?
Oh, let's see. I don't know. I think this whole last I-69 challenge, it was all great because he saved my life in Lansing because we had a child that decided to crash and break his hand, so I was gone for most of it, so he covered me there. But the whole I-69 challenge, we tag teamed that whole thing, and it just seems like it clicked. And then to have the finale over at Richfield at his track was cool, and we shared the mic there as well. And there were some very memorable moments from that day. It was great.
Yeah, that was a good time. If I had to say, man, I think the first time we did Waterford, when they were running the motos so fast that like neither you or I could keep up, and so it was just like
last year's state race.
Yeah. We just,
I remember that.
We both like said 6 words each. Shit.
Done.
Yeah, that was. You guys did awesome though.
Yeah,
that was a busy day. It was a lot of motos. We got them up on a Sunday. Everybody wanted to get home. I mean, half of the people there lived on the other side of the state.
Yeah,
you know,
that was.
But it went well. It's always fun with Paul though. So we tag team.
The feeling's mutual, my
then,
friend. Feeling's definitely mutual.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you for some advice, I've got your Facebook page. Is that all right to share?
That's fine with me. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm gonna share that. So if you shared some awesome things, the upcoming events, the sponsors of the track, pushing concession, knowing that that you have track swag, that's huge. And as you said, kind of overall arcing is just knowing what's going on, and something you guys do very well as a spectator at the races you guys are announcing at is there's little bits of information and that you have about riders or tracks. Paul, you can correct me. You guys do a rider. Is it Rider of the Week?
Top Grom.
You do a Top Grom at Ridgefield Park,
yeah.
And at the track Chris helps out at Capital City. Is it by the month or the week that you guys have your top rider?
We do Rider of the Month.
Yeah, and you'll share that information as you guys are announcing, and it's that information that kind of adds and really, makes the whole event, I don't know, nicer, more enjoyable. I don't know the word.
Well, it's more entertaining.
Yeah.
Right, it's a show. You know what I mean? I kind of look at it as like you're kind of putting on a show.
Well, really, you are.
Yes.
Not kind of. You are putting on
a
a show.
You've got to, the better your show, that's why, it is what it is, man. It's just the better it is, the better it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's some solid advice right there, right? Write that down. Put that on a T-shirt.
Well, Greg touched on enthusiasm. So what happens at a show? You have your hype band, and everybody's got to come out, and there's all that energy. You got to start off. You just come out and say, "Wah wah, moto number 3." I mean, you can't do that. You got to be on from start one.
Yep.
So that's got to be exhausting on some of these days.
So who's the hype man between you and Chris?
Both.
Yeah, we feed off each other.
I was gonna say that's a tough call. I've heard them announce together a lot, and I would agree.
It's both.
The dynamic duo there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, they're fun to listen to.
They are fun to listen to, but
look,
I don't know.
Chris, they're all
Trying to
being
figure out who the
nice
hype
because
man
we
is.
and you can both hear what they're saying. Them goddamn guys.
Medler, do you have a preference over a handheld mic versus the
Handset.
hands-free or the handset?
Yeah, Paul knows that answer. I like the headset.
Where I see, Paul, you mostly have a tendency to go for the handheld, right? Or is that just...
It depends. It depends.
What's available?
not by choice per se?
Well, no, and actually the reason that is because our handheld at the track is like a really high dollar Shure, and then our headset's not. It's not as good of quality. So like I can almost walk out to the woods with the Shure mic, as to where the other one I got to stay within like the snack
You
bar.
can welcome this guy for that, sure.
Okay.
And you need two hands to like flip your phone and dial at the same time versus like using your notes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I still got a Rolodex I carry with me.
Sure you do.
Spin that,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, it's right up there in the right up there in the tower, right next
Who's
to
getting a prank call from this 9800
right
number?
next to my my carton of bottle toppers.
Oh my gosh. Chris, real quick, you know what we'll do? Because we got Redman coming on, but we'll jump out of line here. Because you've got an event with your team and one of your riders from your team that is going to be happening there in Capital City, and let me bring that up there, and see, I put that under. Here we go, and there we are. Let's put that up. Why don't you let us know what's going on here?
Look at that fast cat that went away.
That was quick.
Yeah, he's so fast.
Tell us what's going on.
All right. Well, this Saturday, coming on up this Saturday, we'll have a riders clinic brought to you by Factory S Squared rider Brandon Breadaway. He is going to be doing 2 clinics. The first one is from 10 to noon, and that's for novice and intermediate riders. Last time he did it was with everybody. So we had experts with the novices, and it was just a little chaotic. So experts will be from 1 to 3. And so we invite all the experts that are not attending the Gold Cup final to please come on over to Capital C Fan with BMX. It's only $10 for 2 hours of training with Factory S Squared rider Brandon Breadaway. And then we'll be racing after at from registration from 4 to 5:30 at Capital City and with BMX as well.
Nice.
Great.
That's a fast kid. I have seen him.
Yes, he is.
Woo.
You can't beat $10.
Yeah.
$10 for a clinic. Can't beat it.
For 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh man, Red Pop's going to be there. By the way, we just
there we
found
go.
out.
Uh-oh.
Chris,
Better.
yeah,
That's awesome. Awesome.
all right. Sorry,
Yeah,
we're
so-
messing with microphones.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
guys.
I'm all staring at Justin
We're
trying
having
to.
a microphone issue.
Yeah,
That's
like
what
the-
we can fix
my
it.
bad.
The most exciting thing of the night is the mic broke.
But
Oh my gosh. Chris, I want to say
Are we
thanks for
heading down
joining
that
us. I
cake?
really appreciate it. We're going to see you this weekend as we do most weekends, and good luck with the clinic. It'll be a good time, I know that, and we look forward to hearing from you. We'll let you close it out for a second here, and Damon, you'll try not to stab me with my pocket knife.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Happy birthday, Paul.
Hey, thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you.
Look forward to next time we call one of them races.
Couple weeks, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Good night, Chris.
yeah. So that's
Bye.
Chris Medler with Capital City Family BMX here in Lansing, Michigan.
And a squared answer.
And I was just gonna say an answered S Squared Michigan team.
He's a busy guy. You know, last weekend he was over at a Gus Macker, which,
Yeah.
you know, if we could do
Really?
a trivia question, I would love to have that as a trivia question. Like,
Did you just get
how
an
many of
answer
y'all
to?
know out of Michigan what a Gus Macker is?
I know what it is.
I said out of
Jesus.
Michigan.
Yeah,
Oh,
there we go.
outside of Michigan.
Was that only a Michigan thing?
There was a time it was everywhere,
Yeah,
but and
I wouldn't know. That's why.
Well,
Yeah, I
legit
have not a
question.
clue.
totally
either.
took you for a Gus Macker participant, Melissa.
Really? I've never played basketball in my life.
Well, you gave it away.
Okay.
See what we just
So
did
much-
right there.
So much for that.
Wasn't my trivia question anyway.
Right. She sunk that ship. You sank my battleship.
Everybody wants a prize pack
God,
now.
Paul, date.
Yeah.
Just stamping it. What was 50 years ago? Oh, that's right. They probably came out with Battleship.
Yeah. Oh my
He
God.
is 50, you know.
I know.
Oh,
Killing me.
Man,
that's
all
a
right.
beautiful thing. I made it. That's I'm
Well, hey,
my
right?
glass is staying half full on this one.
I do think
There
that
you go.
your earlier story that you were telling us about, what you need with as far as your hip goes, just kind of played right into the,
Oh yeah.
the day and time, though.
Oh yeah. For everybody listening, I need a hip replacement, and
And
so-
damn it, they won't give it to me.
yeah, they won't.
What grinds
Yeah.
my gears?
Right. What grinds my hip?
There you go.
But
Melissa, you want to do a quick? You want to do a check-in in
Sure.
the chat? All right.
Sure.
And then while Melissa's doing her check-in, we're gonna get a hold of Mr. Redman.
Well, I think it's just going to be easier, Paul, if I pretty much just say everybody says happy birthday.
all right. Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
Because
thank you,
otherwise you're going to
everybody.
hear me say happy birthday, Paul, 1,000 times.
All right. No, it's a beautiful thing. Thank you.
But we would like to say hello to Lance Roberts, Robert and Jane Cardoza checking in. Greg Harrison was checking in with us earlier prior to coming on. Wes Burt over on the west side of Michigan. Thanks for tuning in. My gal pal Emily Schaefer over there from The Hill in Elgin, Illinois. Keep on the lookout on our Facebook page for they got a all-female charity event coming up that I'm going to keep resending their information. So
I'll get the link.
Yeah, it was up there earlier today on our page. I saw it.
yes,
Pretty cool looking.
she had emailed it to me and it was just slightly late to get it on. So I told her we would blow the Facebook page on.
We totally can get it on.
Well, you and I have to discuss time frames then because
Hey, when the producer says,
Yeah.
I took care of it. Okay, Noah Robinson.
okay, glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Sean Gifford from one of our newer sponsors of Melissa's Trivia this evening with Dye Job Apparel.
Shout out.
I got some swag going out from him later today, or this evening, I guess. Mike Melvin and RC.
Mr. Ossie.
RC,
Rick
that's
Carter
the new one now?
of the Beer Budget BMX show. Speaking of supporting our fellow podcasters.
Supporting felons.
Well, I suppose we inadvertently probably do that. How many of you are in here?
Good point.
Ken
Look,
Polens.
we ain't supposed to talk about that.
What we can't say on the All Things BMX show.
It's later.
Yeah.
Len Novak, thanks for tuning in. Billy from Gate 9 Number Plates, the only guy you need to talk to when he comes back from vacation about your number plates.
Wait, was that one you said Ken Polens?
Oh, yeah. Did I say that wrong?
No.
I did say it wrong.
No, that's
Yeah.
a friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Say, hey, what's up?
He was
Let's say hi, Chris.
I did.
was
I just did. Hey, what's up?
echoing your long hair.
Oh, was
That was way earlier
way
on.
back when?
Like
yeah.
you really had that long a hair, dude?
Hey, Ken, if you have pictures
According
of
to
Chris
Ken,
with long
he
hair,
did.
Ken, can you send them like to our Facebook page?
At all.
No,
Info at allthingsbmxshow.com.
and please do that because I have to see this.
I probably
I have
have
to
some
see this.
floating around.
There you go.
somewhere.
I bet you
I
do.
doubt Ken's got them, but I'm sure my wife.
Your
can
Bon
figure-
Jovi Halloween pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to say hello and welcome to the show to Anthony Morris with Morris Digital Media. Over on Twitch, we have a
All right.
could be a Fisher, but we're gonna say it anyway.
It might be a bot.
Yeah, it might be a bot based on the picture, but we're gonna just say somebody's on Twitch hanging out with us.
It's good to know
Cool.
we're paying for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at least you're getting your money's worth on that deal, ain't you?
It's a little female waving at me. So,
Ah.
Sean Kingsland, thanks for tuning in. Brian Fell with Mega Design Groups over on YouTube. Martin Kennard down in Florida. Hope you're healing up there, buddy. Victor Alvarez says, "What's up, ATB?" And also, happy birthday from the Baby Mangler.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thank you.
Are we still calling her the Baby Mangler?
We are.
Congratulations on your sponsorship with J&R. Mr. Harry Larry says he's still waiting on the helicopter ride from Beer.
Of course. When I get it, I'll give you a ride. Here you go. I just don't have it
Shane
yet.
Wombles is waving at us. Paul Reckenwald says hi. He's turning 50 next year.
Sorry.
The original TC Tickler. I'm not telling you what he's doing, but he's checking in.
Hey,
Awesome.
happy birthday to you too,
He's
Jeremy.
tickling something.
Yeah. Big
Love
happy
that guy.
birthday to him from me.
Happy
I missed
birthday.
that on the
Yes,
social media.
Monday. Monday was his big old birthday. Mr. Johnny Vegas is also with us. Chris Snyder. David Dortona up in New York. Scott Foster says, happy birthday, Paul, from Red Pop.
Thank you, Red Pop. See you soon, buddy.
Red Pop.
We mentioned this young man joining us a little bit later. Mr. Chad Grace is also checking in our chat. Scott Lachansky. Sebastian Schillinger is also with us.
Hey,
What up,
bud.
Sebastian.
Mitch Horn is wishing you happy birthday.
Thank you.
Jeff Love was commenting that Chris Medler has the voice of an angel. I'm sure he appreciates
It's like
that.
It's like Fergie and Jesus,
That,
man.
And-
that whole love machine comment makes all the sense
Right?
in the world now.
And I know that it is kind of controversial at your track, Paul, but Jeff Love, it says the music gets him pumped.
Bro,
Yeah, we're at about 79,
I'm
21 on
You
that.
know what? I'm gonna take a poll.
79's high,
I think
dude.
it's more like 30-70.
Nah, come on, dude. We got the Temptations. We rock the Spinners. U2.
Well, it's
I'm sorry, I have
That's
to,
not
I
what
have to
I
laugh.
heard last time I was up there. I was hearing some pretty heavy stuff, man.
Well,
kind of like the opening song.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know,
So apparently that's Robert over on Twitch.
is it Robert?
Yeah.
Of course it is. Oh, we appreciate it.
Cardoza?
So Rob, you threw me off with the female waving at me.
Weird,
I
weird.
was calling that a bot right off the bat.
Yeah.
A couple more and then I'll wrap up. Christopher Lee White, thank you for checking in. John, is it Persia, possibly. Bill Big Rig Davis also with us. Thanks for tuning in. And then I mentioned Robert over on Twitch throwing me off. Mike Soto, also recent birthday. Happy belated birthday, dude.
Pro Soto.
Justin LaBreeze over on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Ooh, I said Parizo correct. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. Send us stuff. I know it's kind of tough with questions and whatnot with the guests kind of flipping through, but keep listening and we appreciate your time.
Well, thank you,
right.
Melissa. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And Mr. Mike Redman, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, man.
God damn it. Paul, Chris,
Hey.
nobody's pissing their pants right now, right?
nah, this is how
This
you
is
doing?
Mike Redman
Right.
on the show. We
Right.
got to hold
This
this
is-
shit together,
Yeah.
okay?
All right. We'll try and be as professional as
Thank
we
you
can.
for joining us, Mike. We
Yeah, thank you.
appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for
Hey,
joining us.
appreciate it. I'm looking for a guy named Paul.
That'd be me, brother. How you doing?
The birthday princess is in the house.
Yes. How's it going?
Oh man! All right. I hear good things are going on out at Richfield Park, Paul.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, 110%.
Right on. Hear everything's sounding good out there. Just wanted to call and wish you happy birthday.
Dude, I appreciate that, man. It makes my day.
Your whole week.
Yeah.
He might be blushing right now, Mike.
Yeah.
Hey. No worries, man. Hey, one of my fellow announcers on a birthday day, I got to call and pump him up.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
I
I got to hold this enthusiasm for next Sunday.
Yeah, I gotta say, first off, I gotta say thank you to Mr. Mike Melvin for putting me in contact with you, Mike, and we want to say thank you so much for joining us this evening on Paul's, 50th birthday bash show. So, as we ask the, first two announcers that we had on, if you had some advice to offer to a track or future announcer or somebody getting into it, what would some of those things be?
Well, I mean, right now you got Paul out there holding it down. The only advice that I would give him is to you got to pump up the 2 moto night just like you did the 40 moto night.
Yeah.
And you got to keep that enthusiasm going because you never know. You got people in the house for the first time, and you don't want it to be a dud. So you want to give them everything you got. and keep them coming back.
And for those that don't know, can you give us a brief rundown? Biggest race you've ever announced, Mike, in your announcing career? What would that be?
Well, I always like to say the ABA Grands, but I did another little race, the Olympics.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
That's just a little race.
Which
no
one?
big deal.
Which one?
I did Beijing in 2008.
Oh man! Oh, you did the first one.
First one, yeah.
Nice.
I did.
What an honor.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was first up. Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm truly humbled here.
I got a funny story about Beijing. When I was in high school, I didn't show up for baseball tryouts one day, and the next day the coach cornered me in the hallway with his finger in my chest, wanting to know how come I wasn't at baseball tryouts. And I said, I'm planning on just doing BMX full time this year. And then he poked me in the chest and he said, BMX is not a sport. Baseball is. Anyways, fast forward to 2008 in Beijing. I'm on my way to the BMX venue, and I'm walking by the baseball field, and I'm thinking, this is the last Olympics that baseball's going to be in, and it's the first Olympics that BMX will be in. Maybe I should call my coach and let him know.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that's awesome.
Nice. Talk about holding a grudge.
Hey, right there, right?
Oh man, that's awesome.
Real quick, you got your bike company. We want to give you the opportunity to kind of let everybody know about your bike frames. And if it's all right with you, I'm going to put a link in to your Facebook page in our chat.
There you go. Yeah, Instagram at Redman Bikes.
Got you. I'm going to get that in there.
Yeah. No, the bike company's going. I took a little hiatus after I took a break from announcing. And, we're going full bore, making like 20 sizes and dealing with the COVID issues and trying to keep it all pumped up, but it's going good. Got a little squad. Got world champ Ronnie Kim riding for us right now. So,
Nice.
Wow.
We're kind of getting back to a little bit of our standard. And so, yeah, it's going good.
You know who loves those bikes? Is Brad down in Toledo.
He does. Brad at Toledo loves those.
He loves those Redman bikes, boy.
Yeah. And
hey, what? Brad in Toledo was buying bikes from me 25 years ago.
I believe that.
I had that feeling. I knew it was a long time.
I knew it. That guy, he's awesome.
Yeah, when I first came out with the monocoque in '99, Brad bought those for his kids.
Yep.
And he's still supporting us. So, yeah, Toledo rocks.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I thought it was Cleveland rods.
Well, it does
Not anymore.
We're
Not as of
what
today.
Are we? 45 minutes, 50 minutes north of Toledo. So if you ever find your way out here because you're lost and you made a wrong turn, you're always welcome to join us live in studio, Mike.
Sure.
Hey, yeah, I'd love it, man. I'm actually going to try to get out and beat street around the country a little bit. And Richfield Park seems like it should be on my map.
I think it should be, sir.
And I got to get out there and see my man, my fellow announcer, Paul.
Yeah, you got to come out there and announce a race with me, and that would just be an honor.
You would shit your pants because I'm going to shit your pants for you, being that Mike Redman is at Richfield Park.
Oh, man, yeah.
I like it, man. I'll be out there. I'm going to tell everybody I'm going to come out and do a double teamer with the pulverizer.
Nice.
You know what? 50 years, and that's the first time I got that moniker, and that's a brilliant one, dude. Thank you very much.
That's what he does.
Right here.
Dude, I'm telling you what, I was the bark in the park, but now I think I'm going to have to change that.
Pulverizer.
Yeah, that's pretty tight, dude.
That's Redbone for you.
I mean,
pulverizer, pimping the mic, man.
Nice.
shit.
With his crazy verbiage.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Mike, you're hooking him up.
Richfield's never going to be the same, Pulverizer.
Oh man.
Oh man, thanks, dude.
Man. Mike, we did ask. We've asked the other guests that were on if you had some, tips, tricks, things
Advice.
that you advice for tracks. Maybe not even an announcer, but just tracks for the announcers or announcers getting involved early on that can help them be successful in being announcer. What would that be?
Well, I tell you what, you just got to go up there and be confident. I mean, it's kind of a stage of one, and you got to go up there, be confident, and exude energy, because that's what the announcer's all about, is just bringing that energy and pumping everybody up. I mean, for me, that's actually how I got into announcing. I had a team, my MRC team back in the 80s, and one time I was at a race, I think a ABA National in Burbank or something, and the guy never fucking said my name. It was like,
What?
so I had to roll up there, and I was like, hey man, how about a little love, MRC? And the guy said, hey, if you think you could do a better job, hop up here. I hopped up there, I announced for a little bit, and they asked me if I'd come back the next day.
Nice.
But,
That's awesome.
one of the things, Paul, is you always got to remember, when you're teaching those up-and-coming announcers the ways of the Pulverizer, you're gonna have to bring it to them to where they count everybody. You don't just pick up. It's easy to pick up on the cliche lines, and it's easy to pick up on the fast guys on the track. You know what I mean? And we all gravitate towards that. But you also have to remember that there's a guy there that it's his second day out there, and he's intimidated, and he really doesn't know what's going on. So if you could charge him up, just like you do that top guy, it goes a long way.
Right.
And that's, that's what I would say to anybody, just like, make sure that you take care of everybody throughout the field and not just the clique, as they say.
That makes sense.
No, it does make sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's the one thing I never ever say is last place.
Right.
It's always fifth, or it just doesn't matter. You never say last. That's I guess.
Yeah. And once again, going back to my personal experience, I remember there was a couple ABA announcers back in the day, Dugan Fennell and a couple other guys that were they were generous like that, and they'd always come back. Yeah, I might be in last place in the moto, and they'd say, "Oh yeah, and there comes Mike Redman," and you'd be like, a little fist pump, like you did something. You know what I mean? But it charged you up. It made you feel good, and it certainly made you want to come back.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I say.
Love it. That's great.
Mike, we would love to have you on soon for an entire show where we can talk about the team, the track you got, and
Bikes.
just everything, and the bikes. Something you'd be interested in. Can we get you back on soon?
Absolutely. I was glad to join you guys tonight, and happy birthday, Pulverizer.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the screen print place tomorrow.
You better be, dude.
Hey, headlining at Richfield Park, the Pulverizer.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much, Mike. We really appreciate your time.
Right on. Hey, once again, appreciate it, guys. Have a great day. See ya. Happy
Awesome.
birthday, Paul.
We'll
Thank
talk to
very
you
much,
soon.
man.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
And Mike Redman wishing
Dude,
you a
I
happy
know,
birthday,
dude, right?
homie.
Mike Redman told me he's going to come out to Richfield Park and announce a race.
Yeah.
Look at the name he just gave you.
I know.
Paul
it's-
I know.
Verizon.
That's he's already typed me up.
Dude, that's like 19 steps for me to change that.
Right. No, that's awesome.
I wondered what you were doing over
Man,
there.
that
You
guy,
were changing that up.
I think we need some bikes from him. Bring some bikes with him.
Yeah, I should check them out, man.
Yo,
They're beautiful bikes.
All kidding
Yeah.
aside, man, I'm just gonna say this real quick, man. But I love my BMX family. I love my ATV family. Thank you very much, man, for especially you, Justin. You made this go down, and this has just been awesome, man. I appreciate it.
You
very
need a
much.
tissue?
He will by the time we're done.
God, bro, I've been on that. I've been in his seat.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's where you.
Yeah,
Dun, dun, with the dad jokes.
Oh my God,
Paul,
Chris coming in with the
like,
zingers.
Sorry.
Paul,
Sorry.
No,
you know
you
what?
guys are great.
Had to happen.
Yeah, that's
All right?
awesome, man. I
Look,
appreciate it.
we needed a diversion from some seriousness. That's a word.
Yeah,
And I'm telling you,
it's
like
Luxon.
I mean, we're halfway through this list of amazing people and amazing announcers,
we
man.
still got some good ones
Man,
coming up for
dude,
sure.
It's the who's who of announcers.
I know. Paul Remington.
Paul,
Right, number one, the pulverizer.
The
pulverizer.
The
Yeah.
pulverizer.
How have you gone 50 years without ever being called that?
Because some
It
dipshit in
flowed.
8th grade called me Squinty, and it stuck.
Oh,
I've been Squinty for there's only, which is weird now
Not
because
anymore.
this I know that I'm like 4
See?
years on people calling me Paul.
See,
and I still
the thing is, you've been hanging around the wrong crowd.
I don't know.
yeah.
Well, we're a completely
Well,
different
his-
crowd.
his new
we're
family.
We're a completely different crowd.
Yeah.
His current family will now be calling him.
Pulverizer.
Right.
We went from double shocker to pulverizer
I still like double shocker better.
in a week. That's right.
right.
See what happens when you take a hiatus and you come back? Shit
Man.
just flies.
Oh, I guess that's a great segue into this one, but I will be taking another 6-week hiatus here.
I
'cause
know.
we gotta-
We're
roaming?
Where the
sad.
fuck are you going?
We're
we are-
starting a Wednesday
yeah,
series
Wednesday
again.
night under the lights.
He's roaming.
The only fucking way. Let me explain this.
Wait, but Justin, you're taking a break too.
The
so.
only fucking way
What grinds
that
Justin's gears again?
you
Part 2.
part 2. The only fucking way that you're going to be taking those nights off is if you got. I'll give you options, all right? I'm going to give you some options.
Here we go.
All right.
This shit
If
just got serious. Hold on, let me take off my tiara.
convince Mike Redman, you convince our next guest, actually any of our guests, to come out and announce one of those Wednesday night races. And if you can't, you're going to be here every Wednesday. Austin, sorry about your luck, homie. Paul's got shit to do here at the show, man.
First
Like-
commitment.
Look,
ATB show.
You saw what happened last week when they left me in charge of the sound. We can't have that shit happen. Okay? We can't.
Wait, Paul and Damon were both here last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well,
You can't take blame for all of that.
Everyone froze, and I tripped and fell over a wire and just ended up underneath the counter. That was the best I can say.
We were just all back in the same house again, and it was
Yeah.
wacky.
It was.
Yeah.
Put your laptop away right now.
Paul was getting his hands
Close
slapped
your
for touching
laptop,
the black
Chris.
man's mixer.
Yep.
Brian's
I
next.
learned. Dude, I'm from the suburbs, man. I don't. I'm not here
You're
for that
welcome.
shit.
Mr. Dorsey should be
Paul, I got a funny story. I'm gonna tell you about that later.
Oh, good
after
times.
show.
Yeah, it's definitely after show.
Oh, goodness
Oh,
gracious.
after show, everybody.
Okay.
Regardless.
Who we got up next?
Brian. I
Brian.
gotta call him.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway.
Celebrate the pulverizer.
Yeah, I know.
My
I,
fingers were distracted.
I had.
So,
Okay.
all right.
Paul, you coming on the cruise next year?
no,
Thanks for that segue.
no.
He'll be having a hip replacement.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm,
You can be. You can
I
be
wish
the,
I were kidding, but I'm not.
yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Brian
Probably sooner than
Dorsey.
Yeah, hopefully
How are you,
soon.
sir?
Good. How are you?
Well, we are hanging
that.
out,
Living the dream.
Yeah.
having a
Yeah.
great time, bro.
For sure.
And we're very excited you're on. Real quick,
Welcome.
I want to toss it over to you, kind of give an intro, let you do an intro real quick, and then you can, everybody else, they've said happy birthday to Paul. If you can tell him to fuck off or talk shit on him, just please do. Make it like a roast, so
Everybody's
let everybody
been too
know
nice,
a
is
little
that what you're
bit.
saying?
Yeah, oh yeah, dude, totally. It's like we got to change this up.
Dude, he's a Bryan with a Y like me, so
See,
I mean, he can't rag on me.
I knew that. Yeah,
we got to stick
so-
together. Us Y Bryans got to stick together.
Yeah, I want to
I
toss
thought
it over
your
to
name was
Brian.
Paul.
Let everybody.
Paul Bryan.
Let him kind of give an intro, and
PB.
then please make fun of Paul. All right.
Absolutely. I just have to say, man, kudos to Mike. That was the most epic nickname for Paul, the Pulverizer.
Ooh.
Yes.
What? I can't
And
believe
just
it.
like that, just snapped it.
I can't believe I haven't heard it for another Paul. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not a wrestler, not a, and it should be so obvious.
You're gonna get a tank top with that name on it. dude.
Big old wife beater. Hang off like chicken wings.
Can't say that these days, Paul.
It's not
All
nice.
right.
All right, Brian, let everybody know.
The wives.
And I'm telling you right now, that was calculated. Redman doesn't do anything without thinking about it first, even if it happens in 13th of a second. So that was brilliant on Mike's part. I got to give it up to my mom, Linda Dorsey, Hall of Fame BMX announcer for 29 years, the voice of the NBL, along with the other guy, Roger Plaskett, who, those two caused a lot of trouble. Wasn't until about 5 or 6 years ago that I had the pleasure. Roland Leal at Whittier Narrows BMX said, "Brian Dorsey, I need you over at Sign-Ups." And I'm like, oh, man, I know what's coming next. And he asked me if I could announce. And, it took me a couple of years cutting my teeth, and I finally figured out why my mom loved announcing so much. So, I've been doing it for 5 or 6 years, and it's just it's become a major full-time permanent part of me. So I'm sure you feel the same way, birthday boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. He's we're having a minor issue, but we got it figured out.
Readjust here.
Yeah, we're back in the business now.
And I have to throw out, just bringing up Roger Plaskett's name. If you write down this URL, tinyurl.com/Roger Plaskett, ROGERPLASKETT. I was lucky enough to catch him for about an hour for an interview on his best tips, which by far were the most jaw-dropping announcing and just track love tips I've ever heard. So please give that a listen after this podcast or whenever you get a chance. Hall of Fame BMX announcer Roger Plaskett.
If you, when you jump off, if you'll text it to me, I'll put it on because I have another link too. And you remember when he was interviewed by Joe from That is another man. I'll tell you, that was a great interview. Send that over. I'll share it. And before we jump in, if it's all right with you, I'm going to share your company URL. But if somebody wants to reach out to you directly on some announcing tips, is it all right if I put your Facebook link into our chat?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Facebook, Instagram, Brian Dorsey with a Y on Instagram, and I have my motocross number on Facebook. It's Dorsey132.
Now, I don't know if you're watching right now, Brian, but I do have, and if you're not, you can go back and see this, but I got a little gift for you. All right. So you can hit me up afterwards so I can get this over to you. I had these bad boys just made up, and after we had talked the other night, I was like, man, this guy, your mom, and it just, I'm like, I got to get these over to you. So I got one of these with your name on it. Headed your direction, man. I don't know if you can see them or not. It's an NVL hat. I stole the logo, sent it over, had an embroidering company, but I got to tell you, they're on this awesome snapback flex fit hat.
Man, I was hoping that it was going to be NBL dog. Thank you very much. That's
you got roots, man.
OG right there.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yep.
Sure is.
As we asked earlier, tips and tricks, but first, man, Paul, was there anything you wanted to ask before he rips into you?
No. Go ahead and talk about my tiara. Tiara? How is it? I don't even know how it's pronounced.
Before we go any further, Brian reached out and was like, hey, you got some links, some videos. He studied you.
Uh-oh.
He learned you.
Oh.
Oh, no. Did you hear me crying the other day when Audrey got first?
Yeah,
dude, I broke down. First time ever.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you've been watching her since she could walk.
Yes.
Yeah, you have been, bro.
Let alone ride.
Nothing wrong with that,
Yeah,
man.
I couldn't announce that race. Watch that race. You'll notice there's no announcing because I couldn't.
Good for you.
Wow.
Those are the best ones.
Dude,
the
it
ones
was-
where everybody else chokes up because you're choking up.
I do. It was this little girl's first, and I have to say it was probably the coolest thing I announced,
Aww.
without a shadow of a
That
doubt.
is awesome.
She's such an angel too.
Dude, she's cute as a button, dude, and she's a little heart melter, man. It's hard not to, root her on. And like I said, I called her Tippy Toes for the longest time because she was always on her tippy toes, and now she's just on fire. I don't know what happened, but man, she's lit, dude. It's awesome.
Should be clipping in before you blink.
That's great. Well, dude, happy birthday. Happy 50th, man.
thank you.
HBD 50.
Yeah, I know. That's yeah, it is. Yeah. Thank you very much. No, I'm good with it. So.
Are you though?
That's awesome.
No, midlife crisis on the road home, but I was been holding it until now.
You slept all day.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
I was watching some of your stuff, and I got to say, man, I'm kind of digging the rasp in your voice. It's kind of sexy, man.
Shit, bro.
Oh shit! Here we go.
You ain't getting
I wasn't meaning to Barry White you, but hey, I got to do
I'm
it.
glad
Got to
you brought
do
it
what I
up.
got to do.
That's great.
You got a nickname today and been called sexy.
I
Oh,
know, man. It's just like,
What
You
a
turn
birthday.
50 more often.
Right.
yeah.
Why'd you wait so
shit,
long?
Yeah. Calendar.
He's gonna wake up next year, Groundhog Day.
Yep.
That's
50
awesome.
forever.
It'll be your first anniversary of your 50th birthday.
Yes. Yes. So watching, what were you watching? Richfield Park Minute or?
Man, I watched a couple of them. I watched a couple of your interviews where, well, it wasn't so much an interview. You'd have like a rider in the turn, and you'd break down what was happening at the track for the week and interact with the racer. I watched another one where you were sitting on a hay bale, just chopping it up with someone right next to you, giving feedback about what's going on around the track, and a lot of love. A lot of ladies and gentlemen. A lot of respect out there to the audience. So,
yeah.
That's
you're
your
doing a great
Richfield
job.
Minute. And
Yes.
you-
Yeah. That's cool. No, I enjoy doing that, man. That's a big shout out. Thanks to Pat Welch. That guy
Yeah.
makes that happen every week for
You
me.
guys are killing it with that, by the way.
Yeah.
Because when I was
that.
sending him links, I'm like, wow, those are really awesome edits. And
Yeah.
I was glad I could send him that than the very first video we did when you were roaming Remington.
Right.
interviewing Austin and
Brian, hang around. You're going to get to see the very first, our attempt at a
Oh,
what was it?
Roving reporter.
like a
On the scene.
on the scene
Yeah.
reporting, and it was awesome. You'll see exactly how far he's come from when he started.
oh no.
That's great. I was trying to find out where's the announcing tower. Like, where is he at? And I finally spotted the guy who couldn't stand in one place, who was just doing circles. And I'm like, that's him.
Yep.
That's the guy.
That is me. Yep. It's hard for me to stand still, Lord's honest truth. So,
Yeah, I hear you. That's great, man. Well, happy birthday, brother.
well, man, thank you very much.
we
It's-
appreciate you.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. Thank you for stopping by for sure.
Brian, you and I talked, and I know this, but I'm going to ask you: can we have you on in the future for an entire show so we can talk about danger snacks? We can talk about your motocross, your BMXing, and as I said before, I promise when we're done with the interview, we're not going to ask you to sponsor the show.
Man, well then the deal's off.
I'm always missing these opportunities.
That's what we were talking
Actually,
about.
I'd love to. That would be,
it'd be awesome, man.
That would be killer.
Now, we've had a few guests on, but we've had some awesome tips. We're writing them down so we can share them after the show. But in your perspective, the time you've been announcing, you grew up with a Hall of Fame, an amazing announcer. What would you share from an announcer perspective that a local track could benefit from, and those getting into the sport that want to announce that they could benefit from? What would that advice sound like?
Well, I got to dig deep into my mom's bag of tricks back in the day to start off with. She really was opinionated she had an opinion. And I think that's why people loved her, is even though it's kind of walking a fine line, rolling out there and, calling out moto number 69 as your favorite number, that kind of stuff.
I see nothing wrong with that.
My mom was, a master at saying something that was completely inappropriate, but it worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is Ellis out front, off like a prom dress. Just like, it works. So, you got to have fun out there, have an opinion, have a sense of humor, have your own style. That's first and foremost in my book. And it takes a while to have the confidence to be able to do that. But like I heard some of the other folks saying, like Redman saying, throw something new out there to see if it catches on, that kind of thing.
So I got to share. I want to share this. Paul does have his little term that one in today's cancel culture might find, offensive, which they can piss right up a rope or into a fan, as far as I'm concerned. But I love your comment, Paul. The twin splitter.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when one of the boys blows off their pedals. And we all know what exactly a twin splitter is. And it's awesome because he can fly that thing out announcing. It's like, damn, that was good.
Yeah, that's good. That's definitely good. I often use the term, man, I puckered up on that one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy. The other thing I would say just for announcers is you really have to get out of your comfort zone. And like Redman was saying, you really want to highlight the younger, lesser known riders. And the way I do that is, reaching out to them. If I'm on the hill getting gate starts and I see some little racer, I'll ask him, hey man, you racing tonight? What's your name? Do you have a nickname? And learn as much as I possibly can, because it's that knowledge that you can use out on the racetrack. If a kid got his bike stolen and he's on a borrowed bike and he's out front, and that's a perfect opportunity to, roll out with, hey, he's out front on someone else's bike.
Right.
It's not the rider. It's not the bike. It's the rider. You know what I mean? Like, just anything that you can do to throw out your intimate knowledge, it just helps those riders feel good. As far as the things that I've been practicing, part of my sort of style is I love to roll my R's. You know what I mean? It is Guerrero. You know what I mean? I'll roll those R's. Even in the names that I shouldn't be rolling them, just because it just feels good, and try to change my intonation. You know what I mean? I'll say it's Higgins out front, followed by Smith and Rabinowitz, and I'll just like go off on Rabinowitz, just some rando name. And anytime I can change my intonation out on the track, it really helps the announcing almost flow like the track flows. And that's worked, wonders for my game, especially having a woman tell me more than once, you're so monotone, So, stuff like that. And then, of course, if you know the old school BMX stories, tell them. Talk about the days when we used to race 3 motos, you know what I mean? And every race counted. And if someone had the inside, and they got you to the first turn, you knew you were going to have the inside in the next race, and they were going to catch some fire from you. You know what I mean? So, little things like that. And the other thing that I've been doing a lot, which sounds weird, is I'll ask the riders to point out their families, and they'll point the families out. And if I spot like a grandparent or something in that group, like I'll roll over there and introduce myself, because that's a prime opportunity to make the person who's responsible for this entire family actually, even if it's indirectly for being at that track, the grandparents, and throw them some big love. So
that's cool.
Those are the things that have been really working for me, especially after the race. They'll come up, and there's nothing like getting knuckles from a grandpa. Doing a great job out there, man.
Paul knows all about being a grandpa now. You know what? Everything you're saying,
thing that ever happened to me.
it brings that, you referred to it earlier, I forget what you referred to, your scene, your set, your, what'd you call it at the track? Your vibe?
Yeah, vibe. Yeah.
Everything he's talking about builds that your track, right?
Yeah,
So
110%.
he's carrying that, like he's meeting grandparents, he's meeting parents, he's going over to the new kid, finding out that, you know, I mean, hopefully, it's not Flint, and you know he's not on a stolen bike, or his bike got stolen. Those are terrible things, but he's taking those little tidbits and he's adding them in there, and it, you know, it's bringing that whole family in and bringing part of the brotherhood and the familyhood and that vibe that you got in your track, and those are some key points right there that like instantly you could just go and do, even if you're just a local announcer.
Yeah, social butterfly.
Just walk around.
You got to talk to everybody.
Like you just said, man, I introduce myself. Like I wonder if you were able to take a poll, like, hey man, how many announcers go around? Just be like, I'm the announcer. That's, you know, that's Paul aside. I don't know, you know, that's solid advice.
Yeah. Hell yeah, 110%.
We've heard that from a few people. Go around Kirk at Can-Am.
He does, yeah. He's a TO,
you know, which was really kind of struck me in 2 seconds. You know, we were up there for a state race, and we were packing up stuff, and all of a sudden this guy comes over. He's like, hey, did you have a good time today? I'm like, well, yeah, sure. You know, and as I'm talking to him, I'm realizing who it is because we've talked to him before and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, he's making his rounds. He's making sure everybody's saying
Yeah, you got to. You're selling a service, man. You want people to come back for it.
Yeah.
Where's your home track, Brian?
Whittier Narrows BMX, Bellflower BMX, and Mike Redman's world famous Grand Prix BMX.
Oh, nice.
Holy cow.
Nice.
Yeah. I was lucky enough to announce the state race there on Sunday, and I got to tell you that first 15 minutes up in the tower with Mike getting a lay of the land, I'm just in awe every time I talk to him because he's so wise. And you know, on my most exciting days where I feel like I'm killing it, he'll grab the mic from me and make me realize that I have work to do.
Right. Right, yeah.
That's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
No.
like I said, once again, following Elvis, man. You just can't do it. You know?
Humility.
There's
you
one
can.
other track we ride out here, and I've been sort of guest announcing a little bit. Ukaipa BMX, and they're great people. Mike Miller out there is another guy you should talk to about getting on the show.
Sure.
That guy is just full of love.
He just named off like the Hall of Fame California tracks that I can remember,
Right.
like looking in these things called magazines for you youngins that are watching the show right now. They were these printed things. Yeah, well, actually, you get one once a month from USA BMX. If you don't, just throw them away. But man, like those tracks were the ones I was like, God, someday I'm going there and I'm going to Sheep Hills.
Yep.
And now I'm only a few years younger than Paul, and I haven't done either.
You and I can go together and not run on the kiddie pack together.
Perfect.
There you go.
Not hut the kiddie pack. Hey, I wanted to throw out a URL for you, Justin, for that whole rant you gave.
Oh shit! I love
just about it's a wonderful video by a guy named Derek Sivers, and it's all about creating a movement. I think that's what you were trying to say, and you said it well. Is just stand behind anything that you believe in, even if it's, you know, competitive. And it's called Leadership Lessons from a Dancing Guy, and the URL is Sivers, SIVE.RS/dancing guy. And it's a 3-minute TED Talk that'll have you feeling like $1 million, like you can do anything, like you can help anyone achieve their dreams.
Send it over. I already got the other ones in the chat, and then we'll have them in we'll have them in the notes and that for the podcast version and the YouTube. Bryan, thank you so much. I can't wait to get a date and get you back on the show. I want you to take the last few seconds here and plug Danger Snacks and make fun of Paul again.
Oh, man, yeah. Well, Danger Snacks, it's spicy, hard candy that fires you up. I designed it specifically for loading into the staging lanes, right, where I had to go do some battle and pop one of those. It gives you an instant endorphin release. There's no caffeine or anything. It's all organic, spicy-ass peppers. And I made it in a little container that you can carry in your pocket in your race pants. and pop with one hand. And the best part is, now when I'm at the Nationals, I'll have bunch of the older guys in staging be like, "Hey Dorsey, you carrying?" And so I'm like, feel like a dealer. I'm like giving everyone danger snacks. And the coolest part is that after the race, people will come up to me and be like, "Are they for sale? I saw you." Or, I even had one racer I'd never beat before. I didn't even know he was in my moto, because that's my thing. I try not to look to see who's in my moto.
I've heard that.
And he rolled up to me and he said, "You know what? I need to try those danger snacks." And I go, "Why?" And he goes, "Because you worked me, dude." It was Kent Elliott, Sherry Elliott's brother. It was the coolest thing that made my weekend, hearing him say that.
Wow. Okay.
Very
wow.
Nice. And I put the link in our chat, and again, we'll have it in the podcast and our YouTube for Danger Snacks. We look forward to having you on so we can talk a little bit more about the Danger Snacks, you, your mom, everything you've done for BMX. Thank you so much for jumping on and joining us on Paul's
thanks,
birthday.
Bryan. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's my pleasure, Paul Verizor. Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bryan. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting all of you.
Yeah, thanks,
Talk
Bryan.
soon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Great guy.
Wow.
Great guy right there. I can't wait to have him
That'll be
on the
fun.
show.
Yeah.
Skip that.
You realize we booked like a year out just doing this one show.
Hey,
Hey,
it's networking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
things happen for a reason.
Well, we already said you can't go back to Richfield on Wednesday night, so.
Right.
I'm not going, dude.
We got a new quad. I want to go ride it.
Oh, that'll be great for your hip,
Right.
sir.
Right. The guy that was just
Why?
telling
He's
us,
sitting
like,
down. He'd be all right.
I can't.
Right.
Right.
Helmet.
Yeah.
All right,
You
we're
must wear a helmet.
calling Chad right now.
All right.
Oh, we're going to pump?
Pump me up. All right. Anyway, it's all quiet now.
Now it gets quiet.
Yeah, I want to get some of those danger snacks. I think we need a case here.
BMX, hello.
There he is.
Chad.
Hey, Chad. Before we go any
Grace.
farther, you know what we got to hear, right?
Pump, pump.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, man.
Why can nobody say it like he can?
Well, that's
Because I
why.
invented
Pump,
it,
pump.
hopefully.
Yeah, well, that's true. Good point.
Yeah.
Chad, first of all, thank you for joining us.
Hey, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. Anytime for all things BMX show. I tell you what, you guys are exciting. You bring all things to us when it comes to BMX, and we love it. You guys keep up the hard work, man.
Oh,
I heard there's a guy around there that might be slightly about to be over the hill.
Oh man, dude, he is right on the top of it,
He
looking down.
crested.
View's good from up here.
Let me just say hello to the Michiganian microphone maverick, the pulverizer, Paul Remington.
Oh my God, dude! I gotta get, I gotta get a recording of that. We need to.
It's recorded. I got it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm gonna actually get that sound bited and start using that at my track. That's awesome, dude.
You need a new phone first.
Let me just start off saying I tip my hat to all announcers. I tip my hat to all announcers. It's a thing, like Mike said. It's a standalone type thing that you start out doing by yourself. You have to bring a lot of passion, and like Bryan said, you got to be able to step outside the box, sometimes out of your comfort zone. But I just tell you, man, announcing is a lot of fun. And Paul, let me tell you, my friend, I've had a lot of conversations in the last couple of days. These guys love you, man. They got your back 100%. And let me just tell you, it's a pleasure for me and an honor for me to be here tonight to be a part of that lineup. That lineup, I know I'm last but not least on the mic tonight, but let me tell you something. To be a part of that crew is a big deal. And, Greg Harrison, I tip my hat to that guy. He's one of the funnest guys to work with in the sport of BMX. I've had the pleasure to work with, Grindle, who's a great leader of what we do out there right now. And then, Paul, you get the legendary Mike Redman to give you a nickname.
I know,
tonight.
isn't that great?
Dude, if you don't go home tonight and write that down in your bucket list. I don't know what else to tell you, buddy.
Check that one off.
No, yeah, no, dude, it was, yeah, no. I keep sitting here looking at it on the screen, and like I said, I cannot believe I went 50 years and never even heard that for another Paul. I mean, not a pro wrestler,
Or that you said it for another.
right? But I mean, I'm humbled, man. It's just been a great night.
I tell you, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of passion. It was super cool to hear Bryan Dorsey on here tonight, coming from his legendary mother, who we all announcers love to listen to and have listened to. And it was neat to hear that he did his homework on you, Paul.
Yeah.
He watched your YouTubes. He knew about what you had done. He saw some videos of you. Man, I think that's just pretty cool. I mean, it's, earlier on, when Greg was talking about reaching out to the young announcers and giving those guys a shot and making everybody feel a part of what's going on and getting the information out. The information, guys, is important, right? You got to know. Moto 48 up in the gate right now. People want to know what's going on. And Paul, my friend, the Paul Verizer Remington, happy 50th birthday, my friend. It is a pleasure to be here with you guys tonight on All Things BMX, along with that lineup.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's been a cool night.
I don't know who put it together, but that guy right to your left of you and Mr. Beer and that lovely lady in the backdrop, Smart 5, let me tell you, you hug their necks tonight, man, and you love on them because that's a big family right there next to you. And D Tizzle for Shizzle.
I know.
Love it all, man.
Hey, real quick, Chad, because you've been a very special person. You've reached out to Melissa and I like lots of people have, right, to check in on us from Mama Mock, and we would you like to share the good news?
Oh,
let me hear it.
I don't know. I've already cried a couple times today.
Well, Paul cried,
okay.
so it's okay.
I'm a cry.
I even cried when I told Laura, who's sitting down here. So, Mom had surgery on Monday, and they did a pathology on all the tissue samples that they took. There were 2 tumor sites. One of them turned out to be benign, which we were pretty confident that it was. And then the second one had very, very minimal cancer present, and she is considered cancer-free.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
God bless.
Yes.
Amen.
Oh my God, I'm so happy for you and your mother.
She will still do the radiation just to make sure that all the cells and everything is all covered, but all her lymph nodes came back clear, and it was the best possible news we could have ever asked for.
Awesome.
That is so great.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
All right. We definitely taking her out for a drink.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she'll be ready.
We're gonna get her. We got to get her down to Florida, right, Chad?
Yes, please. Let's bring her down here to some beautiful East Coast fresh air. Come on down. Come stay with us anytime. Mi casa, su casa. Come on out.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Damon will be moving in next week.
You won't be
Appreciate
getting rid
that.
of Damon anytime soon.
April.
Hey.
He'll come back north in April.
Yeah. Well, I got to work on my tan when I go down there. So.
Like, I tell you what, man, this is just it's a special thing when we get all together like this. And like Greg was saying, if you're for the sport and you're for the promotion of these young kids all the way up to these pros, these vet pros, you're doing good things. And it's so neat to watch us all band together. When one goes down, we all get back up with a smile, ready to profile, and that's what it's all about, no doubt.
It sure is.
Absolutely.
BMX is a big thing, you guys. Football players need heroes too, and let me tell you something.
Nice.
These guys are tough out there,
Nice.
okay, they're tough out there, and I know that you've heard a couple things on the mic tonight. You've heard a few things people say. You do got. If I can give you some advice or give any announcer
Absolutely.
out there.
Yeah.
Any kind of advice starting out, it's going to be yourself.
That's a good one.
Just be yourself. Go out there, have passion about how you feel about being there, and give it out to the crowd. One thing I heard Mike say tonight, you got to be as passionate as the two moto night as the 40 moto night, and that's a big deal. One thing I can tell you that helps me, if I don't know triple digit Johnny, and he's a brand new nervy novice up in the gate, and I don't know his name, and I don't know his parents yet, but I see he's trying to get after it, and I don't know who the kid is yet. What I like to do is I like to bring up the rear, so to speak, when I'm on the mic. I like to say, of course, like Redman said, it's easy to note the guy out front. You know, it's easy to pick out the guy that's, you know, in second, third place, right? The top three dudes. But you got to talk about the guy, like Paul Verizer said, he's not last, but, you know, I like to say rounding out the pack. And the matter of fact, in the back of the pack, going to be the kid in red and black. Until I find out who that kid is, I want to make sure that I involve him. Because let me tell you something, without that last, we shouldn't say last, without the last place finish, the first place kid doesn't have first place. So everybody's relevant, including that grandpa, like Brian Dorsey said. Everybody is relevant. You know, Mike had worked hard on his bikes. He worked hard on his team. He said, "Hey man, what's up with that announcer not giving me no love?" So he rolled up and said, "Hey man, how about a little love?" So believe me, people are listening, guys. They're listening. Ladies and gentlemen, they are listening. Like you like to say, Paul Verizer, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
people are listening. And by the way, Paul Verizer, I did my homework on you.
Oh.
Right. Hey, I got a little bit of homework on me that you didn't do. I play in a band, and we wrote a song about BMX quite a long time ago. It was an unfinished third verse. And
here we go.
A couple times after hearing you're two living individuals that are alive today. They're in the song. One is Max Jarvis, and then the other is you. And it's into the third straight, banging bars and trading paint, hearing Pump Pump from Chad Grace. This is Burn Warfare.
Listen to that verbiage.
Yeah.
Listen to that verbiage.
Whoa. Elbow to elbow, swapping paint. Yes, sir. Man,
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
and then
amazing.
Jarvis, the second straight's insane. That's where
You gave me
Jarvis
chill
found the
bumps,
paint.
Man.
Yeah.
Killing me.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
We took him down
Yeah.
we went to the hospital and met him.
God, that poor kid.
Hey.
Yeah, we took he was at U of M.
Yep.
Well, Paul,
Yes, sir.
let me ask you something, Paul.
All
Can
right.
I ask you something?
You sure can, Chad.
How did you feel the first time? And I'm going to tell you what happened to me my first time, just real quick after I ask you this. How did you feel the first time you grabbed the mic at the track?
You know,
I can answer the truth after he gives you the bullshit answer because
give me
I
the real
forced
now.
it.
Give me
I
the real.
forced it on him.
I was, well, not really, but yeah, you know, it was kind of overwhelming. And then, like, now I look back on it, you know, it was like a 13 moto day, and, you know, there was a bunch of total points races. It wasn't really something to be overwhelmed by, but, you know, the first time doing it, it was exciting, and I knew right away that that's what I wanted to do until they stick me in a box.
I tell you what, that's right. That's what it takes right there. If people are listening, Paul, right now, and they just heard what you said, it takes that passion. You loved it. As soon as you grabbed the mic, you knew that you were going to come back and do it again. Because, like the little girl you said earlier, you were so choked up.
Oh yeah.
Because it's special to you, right? That's passion, my friend. I've had it happen to me several times. I mean, the first time I did a show with all things BMX, I think I got choked up. You guys probably remember. And it's because of the passion that flows out of us, right? It happens. And, you know, it can be a double-edged sword, though, sometimes, because you're so passionate, you know. But keep striving to do what you're doing out there, my friend. And like I said, I'm just happy to be a part of the show tonight amongst that all-star lineup you put together.
You're you're part of the all-star lineup. You realize that, right?
Hey, my friend, I'm just a guy, man. I'm just a dad. I'm just a dad of a 16-year-old expert. We're blessed to be a part of the sport.
Humble
we started back in 09, and I grabbed the mic, Paul, for the first time, early 2010, and It was at High Springs, and T-Bone Kelly Doan, bad to the bone on the microphone. She says, Chad Grace to the tower. Chad Grace to the tower. Man, I had no idea what that even meant. Brian Dorsey knew when they said, hey, come to register. He already knew. See, but I had no clue, see. But Brian knew he was about to get called to the mic, right? Well, I was like blindsided. I get called over there, and poor Kelly had lost her voice the day before, and she needed my help. And I'm going to tell you something. I'll never forget the time that it was set up between my team manager, Donnell Wright, and Kelly Doan to get me on the microphone for the first time at High Springs, Florida. And tell you what, I was nervous wreck. But hey, as long as you read the paper from left to right, my friend Paul, you'll be just fine.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Don't take yourself too serious. Like they said, have a good time with it. And start being a little, do your homework. I love when Greg says, when someone moves up, Greg says, I like to bid you adieu.
Yes.
Because they just moved up, right? And he goes, I like to bid you adieu. And the 8-year-old experts will see you in the morning on the top of the hill.
Yeah.
That's because he has passion and he looks into it. He already knows this is about to go down before the moto even happened. It's just like Redman tonight. I really believe that Redman came up with that right then and there, your nickname. I really do. Now, but I do think that he's a scholar of what we do, right? He knows what to do. This guy, it's second to none now. I mean, it's second nature now to him, but he's a student of what we do, right? He's deep into it, but he just came right up with that, bam, right off the rip, right?
Yeah. And
let me tell you a small story. I have a friend of mine. He's new. He's from Holbrook, New York, okay? I call him the Holbrook Hustle, a.k.a. the bow-legged bandit. Now, let me tell you why I call him the bow-legged bandit, pulverizer. Because when he stood in the gate his first night at my track, I happened to be on top of the hill. He stood up in that gate, and the first thing I saw was right through his legs, bow-legged bandit. Now, I never told him this, Paul, but he became one of our teammates. His name is Jim Worth. I call him the bow-legged bandit. They can't stand it. This guy right here is awesome, man. He's a transplant to Florida. He asked me that night, he goes, hey, by the way, pal, he always calls me pal. Hey, pal, Allie wants to know what my nickname is. I said, that's easy, the bow-legged bandit. And it just stuck. So tonight, for you to get that legendary Mike Redman nickname, my friend, if you don't get that put on a T-shirt right away with a microphone attached to it, and go to the Richmond track right away, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
But I do want to tell you happy 50th birthday.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure being here tonight with you guys.
Thank you.
I hope to see you guys in Florida. And I would love to get an invite. I've never seen snow over my ankles in my entire life. I'm a flat-foot Florida boy. So if I can ever get up there and announce a race with you, that would be amazing. I'd have a good time with it. It'd be my pleasure.
Oh man,
open invite.
Yeah,
Always.
Open invite for sure, man.
We got.
Well, we don't race in that knee-high snow though.
No.
I'll have you know.
No.
We actually tried that, and every time we scheduled a snow race, it rained.
Welcome to Michigan.
That's true. You guys did try to
Yeah,
do
we
that a
tried
couple
like the
years ago.
Dickens, man. Just couldn't
Chad,
get it to happen.
Thank you, Chad.
Chad, we're going to be down there for St. Cloud. We look
Yep.
forward to seeing you.
Yes, can't wait.
Man, just looking forward to it. We'll see you at the Grands also. Thank you again. And we look forward to, was it Moto 3? Do announcers do motos, or that is it just round 3? Like, what do we do? We look forward to
we'll
the
talk
third.
to you again soon.
Yeah.
How do I check
definitely.
in? Is it Richfield on what days? What do I check in on? Richfield, is it YouTube? So I can check in on the pulverizer. I want to check him out.
Oh,
YouTube.
well, they go live sometimes. And then they have Pat
On their Facebook page.
and on their Facebook page they share these awesome YouTube videos, man. And Pat does a killer job, and he shares them in the All Things BMX show group. And he has this fancy GoPro that does like 360 videos and stuff. And he does a killer job editing them. And they're definitely worth checking out, right? So you're
Facebook.
and
I'll put Richfield's.
Yeah, we do have
I'll put it up here.
You can go to Richfield Park BMX. We do have a YouTube page.
Yeah.
A
I'm
what?
definitely going to go to that. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, there's a
There's a
bunch of them.
YouTube page now.
Yeah. Dude, we're all
That's
high.
what originated.
We're
the whole
moving
thing.
up like the Jeffersons.
We're high
son.
cotton. We are high cotton.
Hey,
dude.
one more thing, guys. Listen,
Absolutely.
you guys, just keep doing what you're doing. I can't stress it enough. You guys, please continue to put the information out here. Keep us all going. You know, keep your nose to the grindstone, guys. You guys are doing a great job. And hey, one more time, Paul. The Michiganian microphone maverick, gonna be the pulverizer, Paul Remington.
My man. Hey,
Awesome.
before you leave though, we got to get one
One more.
One more, bro. You know what you got to do.
All right, y'all. Hey, everybody, want to thank everybody for coming out to Jacksonville BMX.
There it
Underneath the lights on a Friday night. See y'all in the next round. Pump, 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 pump.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Chad.
There we go.
Good night, my friend. Thank you.
Thanks, Chad.
Thanks, brother.
Have a good one, Paul. Happy 50th, brother.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you soon.
Oh
Bye-bye.
man, Chad is fun to talk to.
Damn.
Oh man,
But you know what?
he brings it.
I love hearing him talk.
Yeah,
But he
I-
sounds like that old player that's hanging around the pool hall, rhyming all the time when he's talking to you. I don't know if you guys know that person
I was gonna
or not,
say-
but you know.
Our experiences might be different.
Well, I spent a lot of time at a pool hall.
I was gonna say,
Man,
I have
Just-
not in my
Justin knows
short
the guy I'm
life,
talking
so-
about.
Oh,
Oh,
late breaking news.
What?
Shit ain't news, rumors, and gossip,
oh shit.
but it is gospel.
What?
Here we go.
Hey guys, Paul Roman Remington here. Thanks for all the birthday shout outs, the birthday cards, and the little weird tickles. I really appreciate it, guys. Hey, listen, I've got a party going tomorrow for my gnomes. They turn 8 years old. We got 30 of them out there. Bring your own Bud Light Platinum. Bring your own herbs. Let's celebrate this son of a
Your
bitch.
own herb.
I'm about to get crazy again. I got my buckskin leather skirt on. I want my booty showing. It's just going to get wild, man. Chad Grace, thanks for the great words. Really appreciate it, man. I'll tell you what, my ponytail won't be cut again until I'm styling like you, brother. Peace out, Bo Ricks. What?
Oh, Jeremy.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
that is
God
some
damn it,
old
dude,
school.
man. Thank you, Jeremy.
Aw,
That is
Jeremy
voicemail.
Ames,
He,
the
uh,
original.
Yeah.
So you know, 2.5 minutes ago, he sent that.
Nice.
Yes.
I said, send a voicemail. He did.
Awesome,
So
Jeremy.
for
Thank
for
you,
new
Jeremy.
for new guests,
No, yeah.
Jeremy, prior to having his beautiful
Oh,
baby,
You ain't kidding.
every week provided us with a random voicemail, and you just hoped it wasn't your phone number he ended up with, and he would leave us a voicemail here at the show. We never knew who it was. We never listened to it before we went on the show, and
Sometimes we regretted that.
I believe he got all of us at least once.
oh,
I think so.
I
You know
think
what?
I escaped.
when he got his future bride.
Yeah.
When he got her in on those voicemails, that shit went up a notch. But Jeremy, fantastic job. I can't wait until you're back in and you want to send those over to us. It doesn't matter, weekly, but monthly. We don't give a shit, man.
Once a month would be great.
Send it when you can.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you,
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
For sure.
We got to call RC now. We got
Oh, boy.
we got some news. We got a hit, and then we got to call RC. He's gonna close us out this evening. Thunder Midget.
Son.
Do not watch the Wu-Tang Clan TV show on Netflix because you will leave watching that show saying "son" at the end of every sentence.
Shoot, I just get it from talking to Carter.
I know. I binge watched a bunch last night. I'm like, what the hell?
That's that New York.
It is Staten Island,
Staten
son.
Island.
We ain't Bronx, son.
I binge watched Cobra Kai.
Sorry about
The
that.
worst the worst.
I don't think so. I think they.
No, it wasn't the worst. I've seen a hell of a lot
was-
worse than that.
It was the one thing that was equally as good as it was bad.
Yes.
The storyline and everything was great, but there was some super cheese in that show, man.
Bro,
over
the
the
whole
top.
thing.
when Daniel's son did the roundhouse in the dealership.
Kicked the cup.
Dude, that shit, like, all right, take 97.
Oh, you know it.
All right. Chris, you want to tell him about
What are we,
You didn't let him open his computer. He has no
He
idea.
He doesn't need to open his
You're on
computer.
your own.
Man, you're on your own, dude.
what are we talking about?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
D-Man's rider skills.
All right. So Dustman is doing. All right, you guys correct me if I get this wrong. September 17th and 18th.
Yep.
Waukegan BMX. He's doing a novice intermediate clinic on the 17th, an expert clinic on the 18th.
Experts and ladies.
Oh, and ladies.
Yes.
Okay. And how much is it? Because I don't remember.
$25.
25 bucks. So what's that? Next weekend? So
This weekend.
This weekend.
Oh, this weekend. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. This coming
You
weekend.
better fuel up that fucking chopper.
You just got it out the shop, so you get to go.
Oh, are we all going?
My terrible chopper sound.
I don't know what that
That's
was.
actually pretty good.
I don't know.
That was a Paul Huey.
Anyway.
So go check this out. Contact Dustin Jacobs or the fellas at the track, which
I'll put the links in.
we'll put a link in after the show.
During.
Go check that out and get you some clinics in up there before the snow flies in Wisconsin.
You been to Waukegan, dude?
Nope.
Anyone know where that is that sits in this room right
Yes,
now?
actually, I do.
No, I
course
know
Melissa
that's.
did.
I know that.
All
name
my
is-
extended family's from Wisconsin, dude. You should know that.
I'm guessing it's somewhere between Green Bay and Milwaukee.
I'm gonna
It
guess
is,
that
actually.
name. I'm gonna guess that name is Algonquin.
It probably is.
Yeah. We're going to put the link in for Dustin. You can contact him to sign up. In that lower right corner, we are a sponsor, along with
Boy, I
Dye
really
Job Apparel.
Like the green he chose, too. That's
Yeah,
kind of
he
fun.
does. Dye Job does a really nice job. He's probably he's going to make Paul's shirts.
And
Okay.
and who's the other sponsor?
Is he?
Ripped.
Gate 9, Ripped,
Yeah, Gate
Dye
9.
Job Apparel,
Basically,
T-Bone,
the normal felons.
experience.
Yeah, all them guys that hang out with us all the time.
You saying the pulverizer line is coming out on Dye Job?
Yep.
I feel like we could play with that.
You know what?
Oh, wow.
I got another one too. I didn't know this, but Paul's initials are PBR.
They are.
We did know that. We've
Yeah,
talked
we know.
about
I
that.
didn't.
Oh, maybe you
Okay.
weren't here that night.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, you
The
didn't
fuck
get
did
that.
you show up on your birthday and not bring me a 99 pack of PBR?
Because he ain't
'Cause it
from
wouldn't- it won't-
Wisconsin.
Yeah, because it won't fit in the Malibu.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen those. Those are quite
Oh,
long.
God, yeah.
Dude, that's where you tell them I'm not from Durant. I don't do that.
Bro, first of
He
all,
dropped it off at Austin's house.
I got one of those for a birthday, and the poor guy, the delivery dude from my parents own a bar, so my dad ordered that thing, and it took up like half the delivery truck.
Yeah, they're
It took me and another guy to bring this son bitch in my house.
How big is this thing? I mean, like,
about 8 foot long.
Yeah,
is it 8 foot
Yeah.
long?
dude, it's
It's like a 15 pack size. You know what I mean? Like square,
it's-
and then
but-
it's like a log.
like 100
Holy
beers
cow.
long, bro.
Yeah, 100 beers long.
Almost.
Don't worry, we'll do a marathon show or some shit like Jerry Lewis or whoever the fuck his name is one night trying to raise money and see if we can drink one of them before we hit a goal.
And Chris, you will be drinking that
You'll
day
stay
with
there,
us.
you'll-
You staying tonight and you're drinking.
I don't
Yeah, you're
so-
drinking.
beer, man.
While you two bitch about who drinks, who doesn't.
I ain't drinking no beer.
I got.
Yeah, you are.
You guys, look. Make sure you go help out our friend here,
Well, I was
Mr.
just
Josh.
talking to him.
He was messaging me, but he was messaging me on my phone, and everyone's calling me on it. And God damn!
Don't you know
I
it's
know,
showtime?
dude. I know he's
Show-
he's just
He's watching the show, actually.
He's
Yeah.
talking, he's just
He was concerned that our cameras weren't working right because Justin kept changing the screen and like turning mine off, and so which was awesome that he was paying that close attention. But I said, nope, that's intentional. Thank you.
Hey, Josh, we that fancy.
Justin's that. I said Justin's in control of that. He's doing that on purpose.
We
I would say like 99% of what you see on this show, Justin's in charge.
True.
It is until the computer just decides that some bitch is trying to.
And we got.
Oh, we have our
We have a
first.
dipshit
there
in
is
the
a
chat.
bot.
We finally got.
Does that say dildo?
It says sperm, balls, dildo, and sex.
We finally have our first bot.
Pervert. Here we go. Here it comes.
Shit, we got to blog him.
I'm on it. You finish what you're doing.
Let's try to figure out what words coming
This
next.
is big
Penis.
time. Big
I'm
time.
so- oh,
big
he's
time.
always come.
Stop repeating it. That's big time. Anyway,
Take it easy.
we got to talk about Josh's fundraiser. Well, I can't mention the fundraiser yet, but anyway, soon to be. So, right now, though, you can help out our friend with his GoFundMe. Josh is he's a 21-25 expert and races for the Yes BMX Tri-State team. Awesome cat. I think one time he did qualify for the Worlds down in Tennessee. Well, first of all, there's a funny story. I got motoed and I was blackout. So I think I remember him getting qualified for it. I could be wrong. But I did also call Nashville Estate that night. So it was a good time. But Josh crashed down in Derby City here recently, and we actually had some pictures he sent us. Crazy surgeries going on. He's got a long recovery, and it's going to be a minute before he gets back to work. He didn't have any sort of disability insurance, so look, BMX Brotherhood, look, we got to raise him up. We got to help him out, and we'll put the GoFundMe link into the chat along with sharing it on our page like we have been, and coming soon. We haven't got a date finalized, but I'll tell you this: we will be the most prepared we have ever been for a fundraiser once the date is selected for Josh's fundraiser. Everything is already done. It's going to be a jamboree, Paul. Do you remember what those are?
A jamboree.
Yeah, it was a thing I did with the Boy Scouts about 40
Hey,
years ago.
Yeah, not the. But
I thought you weren't allowed to talk about that.
Right.
took a no plea. But it'll be a great event.
Oh my goodness.
So kudos to Josh. He got into his wheelchair and got out of his room all by himself today. So
Good job.
I realize that doesn't sound like a super big deal, but when you can't walk on your legs, and that's a very big deal. So keep it up, buddy. You're
Yes.
doing all the right things.
He broke both his ankles.
Yeah, he'll be non-weight bearing on his legs for at least 3 months. In a couple weeks, he might get some different what they call walking boots, which will allow him to do different pivot
You know what? Fuck it.
transfers.
We should call him. We can call him. Let's
These
just call him.
boots are made for walking.
Right.
Hang on. We'll just call him. And he can tell us because
What's going on?
Chris, stop looking at your watch, Joe Biden.
Wow.
Yeah, that just happened.
Yeah.
Don't go there,
Here we
Justin.
go. There we go. We'll call Josh and shit, wrong one. Hang on.
Wrong, Josh.
Right, it was. God damn it. Anyway, we'll call him in a second.
that
Somebody
Josh, the
stall
other
for
Josh.
something. I don't know.
Isn't Rick waiting for
Okay.
you?
Yeah, Rick will
Yeah.
wait.
So hey, we're going to talk with Rick Carter from the Beer
In
Budget
a minute.
BMX show in a few minutes here.
Oh,
Ooh, that's
Jesus.
loud.
Brunt better answer his phone.
Yellow.
Josh, tell us what happened in your crash down in Louisville.
Straight to the point.
Just not
not
even
even
hello.
hello. He's like,
Are you going to tell them about Nashville then, straight to the point?
Well, let's leave a little bit of that detail out.
You mean when you were in the state of Nashville? In
Well,
the city of Tennessee?
there was a lot going on.
yeah.
All right.
No, we good on that.
Yeah. All right. So what happened, homie?
So we were in practice, first session out. Me and a couple of the guys were hitting pro set, and we started getting comfortability runs going. And I let my guard down, and I hit it, and I came up short, and my toes came up and hit my shins,
Ooh.
and it shattered both talus bones in my ankles.
Mhm.
And then it actually, on my left foot, it severed the ball off my ankle.
Oh, son of
Wow.
a bitch! I could have lived without
Okay.
knowing that.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I just got all eerie.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody just cringed.
Okay.
So I got a plate and 6 screws in my left foot, and then I got 2 screws in my right.
Wow.
Well, welcome to the hardware club.
Yeah. I know you heard this before, but your toes are not supposed to touch your shins.
Oh yeah, the doctor said, "Well, did your Achilles separate?" And I said, "No." He goes, "Wow." All right.
That's a good thing.
Somebody's doing the stretches.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the craziest part, and you're all gonna cringe at this part. I rode the rest of Louisville out.
Ooh.
That's one. Wait.
Wait.
You had a corner and a straight, right? After that.
I did it on the first pro set jump. So I had another pro set jump.
Okay.
The corner and the last straight.
Oh my gosh.
God damn.
All right. I'm sorry. I'd have been screaming like a little bitch.
I'm screaming right now.
Oh man.
I mean, that whole time I'd have just been like, I'm done.
Somebody get a stretcher.
God damn.
They'd have been like, who's that girl screaming?
And we'd look over it. That's Damon.
That's where Red Pop gets it from.
They'd have been like, somebody go help that lady.
Well, I know we've had a lot of conversation. We're getting your fundraiser race going on, and the big question is when we get the date hammered down, are we going to be able to have the 50 and over, 1 lap, no crap, flat pedal? It'll be because that'll be pretty close to the end of the season.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah.
So can we throw this in?
We can throw it in.
Because look, if anyone's gonna get fucking wrecked worse than you, it's gonna be a 50 and over flat pedal race.
Especially racing for the whole shot.
I don't
That's
know.
what I was
Me and
going to
Ben
say. The whole
Powell
shot
and
award.
Carlos have been going at it in practice before my accident, so
Yeah.
it all varies.
Yeah. So the difference between the 3 that you just named off, yourself included, and the 50 and over is 50 and over is like slow motion compared to how fast you guys go. However, if you watch a 50 and over flat pedal 1 lap no crap race to the first corner for a 6-pack of beer, they will stab someone in staging.
I will buy the 6-pack.
We already
got it.
We already have it for this race.
It's already in the fridge.
Coors Banquet.
Yes. And we look forward. I know your bride's been working extremely hard on getting everything organized, along with Mo, your team manager. We're just waiting for a date to announce all the fun that we're going to have. So if you guys have been around and done some of the fundraisers the ATB's been part of, we're going to take that, ratchet it up about 50, and it'll be a great time. Josh, thanks for letting us call you and putting you on the show. We hope you heal up soon, and as soon as we get the date, just like it is right now, every day we post Josh's GoFundMe page. Please go over there. It doesn't matter. $1, $5, it doesn't matter. ATV, we put 101 up. We're still waiting for the next show/team to beat us. Help us out, man.
There you go.
Oh,
Shall we get
thanks, guys.
You're welcome. We're going to call Rick and let Rick make fun of Paul now.
That's fine.
All right, hey, man, heal up, brother.
Take it easy,
Yeah.
Josh.
Thanks, bub.
Yeah, rest
All right,
up.
bye.
All right. Thanks, Josh.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Now it's time to call Mr. Rick Carter.
Oh boy.
I feel like I'm part of the show now.
You do a Facebook call. The damn phone doesn't unlock.
All right.
I'm
So,
sorry.
Paul, what's this?
Take that.
Talking about you having surgery next year?
Hip replacement, yeah.
When?
As soon as I can. Soon as
Season's
I
over
can.
with in November.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not racing. I'm just worried about walking. Yeah,
That's
without
perfect time.
Pain. Yeah,
Actually,
that's why I'm gonna do it.
You do it in the wintertime, huh?
Yes.
So you'd
Yeah.
be good to go.
Yeah. I want to make sure I'm all good for next year, but I don't know, man. Winter's. Hopefully I'm gonna be busy this winter too. So.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Was that like a little secret drop?
Yeah, I guess.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I like what you did. Don't worry. It's still on, Chris.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Paul's anxiously trying to work on an indoor in the state of Michigan.
I'm trying.
I hate to ruin that for everybody.
What
All right, before you say anything,
holy shit,
I'm muting you. And hang on, because we have your own goddamn intro music. Oh, man. This guy just...
We're getting shut down in less than 5
Dude.
Yep. That was it, Rick. Sorry, we're not going to get your part live.
We're getting
Later,
shut
dude.
down quicker than I got blasted on your post, Melissa.
Yep, I know. Facebook jail and you are just out of the yard is your friend, buddy.
I mean, we're on recess here in Facebook jail right now. It's cool.
How's the food?
It's better.
It's all I got was some Mountain Dew from Gate 9.
Oh, damn.
Some leftovers from T-Bone's birthday dinner
right.
in a goodie bag.
I'll send some Slim Jims over to you.
Something. I could use some danger snacks, maybe.
Yeah. We killed the birthday cake, too, so sorry.
Man.
And I get you some oodles and noodles.
Something good. Some saltine crackers and some Spam would be okay.
There you go.
Damn.
California
Birthday
living,
boy,
huh?
Paul Pulverizer Remington.
What's happening, brother?
Oh my God! With Redbone, are you shitting me right now?
I know, dude. It ain't easy being squinty, dude. It's just,
Dude, hey, the only thing I've partied with Redbone and all that good stuff. Love Redbone. The only thing I got out of Redbone that, like, back in the day when I broke my tailbone at Bakersfield National was like he comes off the announcing tower and I'm just like laid out like roadkill. And he goes, well, the good thing is you didn't break your sunglasses.
Nice.
It's like, cool, thanks, Mike, appreciate it. Well, my freaking tailbone's halfway through my small intestines, but that's cool.
Yeah, you don't need them small intestines.
Yeah.
No,
they're overrated. Small, right? You need tall intestines.
Yeah.
I need something, dude. I need help. But Jesus, God, what can you do? Right? I mean, the cool thing is that over here in Facebook jail, we got freaking liquid soap. We ain't got bar soap.
Nice. Nice. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, huh?
Right? Well, I was getting kind of worried because, Melissa sent me the answer thong after Billy wore it, and that thing was just a little COVID.
Yeah, it was a little rough, I would imagine.
You were supposed to wash it first.
No,
I didn't even have a chance, dude. I mean, orange is the new black. Well, that answer thong is.
You had to wear something.
Yeah, it's a lighter shade of gray right now.
Not 50 Shades of Gray?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, but, in Facebook jail terms.
Right.
All right. Jesus.
That's hard time, dude. Hard time.
It's.
We're glad somebody's doing it for us.
For those that are hanging around that do not know Rick, you are the host, one of the hosts from the Beer Budget BMX show, correct?
Yes, sir.
Which you're not allowed to go live right now because you're in jail.
Correct.
All right. And that was
Facebook jail.
That was because you
Facebook
made a
jail. Let's be clear.
It does look. It's believable both ways. Now you're in Facebook jail for replying with a comment to a post that Melissa made about somebody hitting her truck.
He did. Yeah. I know. He took one.
I'm trying to stick up for the super producer.
I know, and I appreciate you, buddy.
I mean, good Lord. Hey, take one for the team, baby. Hey, at least, you know what? We all of California votes went to putting Paul in the hot seat. We couldn't get rid of Newsom, but we were able to move Justin over and put Paul up in there.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate all my campaign dollars went to good work.
It's all about the steps. Vote, people. Get out and vote. You can make a change. Be the change.
It shows you how messed up shit is when a vote in California counts here in Michigan.
That doesn't sound that far off some days.
Right. It's the goddamn pulverizer wine mixer, for Christ's sake.
It's no longer the Catalina. It's the pulverizer wine mixer.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man.
How could you guys ruin my moment?
This is the icing on the cake.
Goddamn thunder midget. Look.
Yes.
Tall intestine.
Holy shit.
Tall intestine.
There's so many jokes about a broken tailbone with a thunder
Yep.
midget that we could go, but now you help out. You do a lot of announcing out there in that state that has that governor we were just talking about, and you've got a ton of announcers out there. Roybal, Red.
Does Roybal announce too?
He does.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I did not know this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Roy Ball. In fact, him and I doubled up this past weekend up at Oak Creek.
All right, quick question.
Yeah.
Your tag team name and Paul and Chris Medler's tag team names. Go.
Oh man, it would have the three of us. Like if it was a three-way.
No. What is you and if you and Al, you guys had to have a tag team name? You could take a name. What is it?
Oh, if Al and I could take it. Oh man.
You can't take pulverizers, by the way.
It's got to be something with donuts and thunder midget in there. So.
Yeah, man.
The digit.
The digit.
The digit, right?
You know what, Paul? You and Chris Medler, your tag team name, Double Shocker.
There you go.
Oh,
Now I can accept that.
The digit and the double shocker. Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a whole different kind of show, guys.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
What happened to the BMX?
Yeah, back to that.
I was thinking.
Let's see. On one side of this ring and making their way to the ring, Double Shocker.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a
this
pay-per-view
side-
that I'm waiting to see.
The digit.
The digit.
7 pay-per-view sales later.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Oh my god.
Like, hey, if you have a Patreon account, please, and sign up for it, you can watch this wrestling match.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you can't tell everyone when your show is typically live because you're in jail. So
Well, it can go live on YouTube though.
what in the? That's so weird. Anyway.
Yeah.
go
I
to
figured that shit out last night. You know, I did like a pre-recorded show and posted it and stuff. But I figured out that I can go live on YouTube, but can't on Facebook. So when we're done live on YouTube, then I could just repost it to Facebook.
All right.
There you
Okay.
That's what we did when we started out. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the same goddamn thing. It just took my MacBook like 15 hours to upload that shit.
God, yeah.
No, man. What nights are you normally live? With the,
Saturday nights.
I'm not even gonna ask the start.
Whenever they feel
Yeah, whenever
time
I
varies.
like
fucking
it.
love your guys' start time. By the way,
It varies.
It's random. You got to be on your toes. You just never know.
Well,
It's like the shocker. You never know.
yeah. The problem is it's on.
It's nothing like the shot.
It's on here. It's usually like 11 or so at night here in Michigan. So
well,
Oh,
It gets a
we're
little rough.
coming up on time change in October, Chris. We'll be able to help you out by an hour.
okay,
That's the best I could do.
that's what I'm talking about, son.
I love being at work and I'm DJing in the bar next thing 12 midnight. It's like, bing, beer budget's live.
yeah.
It's like, damn it, I gotta fucking work. I want to watch the show now.
If you're not taking a nap while you're working,
I'm working.
I mean, I'm napping, so I can be up for that.
Yeah.
You gotta have that dedication. So
And then I love it when they go late and they go to like,
it
it'll
gets
be
you,
at 2:30.
it gets your drive home from work, man.
It gives me. I'm listening to them in like Taco Bell drive-through, like always. And they're like, what the hell are you listening to?
Give me 2 chalupas and a tall can, baby.
You know it.
You knew everyone that was on earlier, so if there's
I tell you what, dude, what a stacked deck. I mean, royalty. I mean, we shared the stage at Grants with them, Justin. I mean, you know how it is. It's just, I mean, those are all guys that before I started really announcing like 4 years ago, that's who it was. It was Redbone. It was Roy Ball, Chad, Jim Riley. Jim Riley and Redbone. Grindle, he was here, one of the locals. I actually got the opportunity to I announced at Grindle's old local track now up at Roseville, Oak Creek BMX. I mean, that's a big shoes to fill right there,
Oh, sure.
So, I mean, Redbone, he's been all over the place. Riley, I ran into Chad down in Vegas earlier. Oh, pump. it goes on, and it's just like they were all saying, kind of in one way, shape, or form. We all kind of feed off each other, you know. And it's like how we do the shows. We feed off each other and support each other, and that's what we got to do to keep the sport going.
Exactly.
You know, because if we don't, then who's gonna? You know, it's like us. We're like the Mohicans, man.
Well, there's probably other words, but what's comical is how what started the show with grinding gears is what you're addressing now, along with how everybody shares with announcing and the importance it is to share and support, whether it's your neighboring tracks, whether it's a BMX podcast or live stream. Or helping out announcing, whatever it is, volunteering at your track, it's so important. And I take a guy like Paul who showed up at the track, and I didn't get to do this at the beginning of the show, so I'm going to embarrass you for a few seconds, Paul.
You can go.
So the guy shows up at the track, and he hadn't been in the sport for a decade and a half or more.
Yeah, it'd been a
while.
So
your niece decided to want to take the sport up. And for those of you that don't know, Paul has your neck and your lower back fused.
No, just my neck.
Your neck is fused.
Five fused discs. I'm actually 5 through 7. Next step is to the chest.
So
it's
very painful for Paul to do a lot of manual labor, but this guy would come out, and I happened to be off of work at the time, so. He's offering to do like cold patch, whatever he could, and the love of the sport bit him, never let him go. And when his niece found the sport and got into it, it just came right back to him, and here he is. And it took him about a few months, and he found that announcing bug, which has kind of been the theme of the show, and that's why we invited the people we did tonight on the show to share. That passion that people have for announcing, and it doesn't start and end with announcing. It can be everything from registration, concessions, to make a program successful. But tonight we're going to showcase what your track, what your program can do, with some advice from some really good announcers, and to give Paul some shout outs, man, because you've done some amazing things, Paul. And I'm going to take a minute and tell you, man, I appreciate you driving your ass down here. So
I love
Paul drives probably not as far as Chris. What is it, about 30 minutes?
Yeah.
He drives 30 minutes to come down to do the show. We don't pay anybody. We're broke. I
got paid today.
Yeah. Oh, man. We'll talk about it later. But everybody here, man, they all come down their own free time and hook it up. And, Paul's one comes down, helps at his track, gives all he can, driving the kid around. He's teaching to announce right now to races, and we really appreciate what you do, Paul. I've been very blessed to watch and be part of and seeing where you've gone with this, and it was my pleasure. And everybody's sitting here because everyone's helped out with this, from Laura to Melissa decorating. Melissa listening to me vent and scream about the computer, and everyone here, thank you. On behalf of the BMX community, thank you for everything you've done. We really, really appreciate it.
I appreciate that, and I do got one little thing I got to say there, is that thanks for being on the show with us, Rick. Is he gone? No? Where'd he go? Rick?
Oh, did I mute him?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I muted him. My bad.
Oh, okay.
What the hell?
Right. He's making sure you're not getting
I don't normally run the mixer board, Rick.
But I wanted to say thanks to Rick for coming on. But, dude, I never would have started announcing if you wouldn't have been racing and announcing at the same time, Justin. Mm-hmm. So it was your passion that kind of drove me. That, and I gotta give a shout out to Dennis Shabera.
Yeah.
110%, because
he taught me.
When I first started coming out there, man, there's like volunteers they're hard to get, and I just realized instantly that, man, I got a lot of free time and I really like this, so I'm gonna hang out at the BMX track more often. But it was your double duty, and that like really kind of, I'm like, because you were really good at announcing, first of all, And like just like your passion for that, and then having to take that break, and then there'd be them 3 or 4 motos where you couldn't do nothing. And I finally realized what was going on. And I'm like, I can run my mouth. That's the one thing anybody will tell you, So, but no, it's just been a pleasure all the way around, man. Like
Thanks.
this whole family, Damon, Chris, Melissa, little Laura back there, and I mean the list goes on and on and on and on. Everybody's on it. I mean, from little Riley Shepardon to Chris Medler to Margie,
Sebastian,
the
next gen.
That kid rocks it out. The new Richfield Park BMX race team.
Oh,
yeah, don't forget about that. Yeah. Another one to throw in there on the Flint Mega Bowl League of, Yeah, it is what it is, man. But man, I'm just blessed. I got a nickname from Redman. I got the fashionista back there who made sure that I was looking good for.
She
my
picked out
birthday
that
thing.
shawl and that yeah.
Sash.
I appreciate it.
Sash, whatever.
And the tiara.
Hey,
Gotta admit, he looks fly.
He looks fly.
Thanks.
He's looking pretty drip.
I'm liking it.
Yeah, he's got the sauce going on.
You, Rick, you want to toss the trivia over to Melissa, man?
Well, as long as there's no questions about me, because God knows. Like when I'm getting out, when I'm going on Facebook parole, because I don't even know.
Oh my goodness.
So everybody that's still tuning in for the pulverizer, you know what? Hey, one thing I will say this is, ever since Redman dropped the pulverizer, do you know how many district moms are waiting on their kid to get a gold cup this weekend just for Paul?
Oh my!
They want to get on the list, bro.
All
right. Introduce Melissa and tell everyone
Melissa,
she's sponsored by Ray's.
Let's get to the trivia and give away some stickers.
Oh my God.
So this is Melissa's trivia question, sponsored by Ray's Indoor Mountain Bike Park.
And he's right. We do have the stickers. I'm not gonna lie. Laura put together a hell of a pack. I'm not gonna. All right. I got a T-bone. Get to the bottom here. Cooling towel to go out to the winner. And I got from the latest and greatest, make sure I say it right because everybody keeps misspeaking in the chat, Dye Job Apparel.
Yeah.
Dye Job
There's only 3
Apparel.
letters in it.
That's right. T-shirt to go out to the winner here.
And he's going to be making Paul's new signature tank tops.
Don't listen to anything Gate 9 says. And the ATB backpack to go along with all that swag. All right, so the trivia question for this evening is nobody in this room answer.
We can't.
What is the name of the band that opened the show?
Oh,
Rick, you can't answer.
That's a good one.
Because it was in our chat earlier.
Yeah.
I know who's gonna answer first.
Who do you think's going to answer?
Who? Billy
No,
wasn't
actually,
on when it first played.
It'd be funny if it was Aaron.
It'll be Josh. Actually.
It'll be Aaron.
It'll be Josh, I think.
I got that one.
Yeah. Rick, while we're waiting for a winner here, we're going to toss it over to you. Let you close it out with our guests this evening. Give a little shout out to the Hack Shack and your peeps, all right? Just run us out, man.
Yeah, big shout out to Hack Shack, Answer S Square, Claiborne, big sponsors and supporters of us. T-Bone, you guys, Gate 9, all of our friends and family. We're all brothers and sisters in this sport, and we take care of each other. And hey, big happy birthday to you, Paul. We love you, brother.
Thank you.
Hope this day it really made it, man. I hope it really filled your heart, man.
It really did.
It was an honor freaking being able to enjoy this with you and like we always do, just talk the smack back and forth and do a little BMX.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Thank you, Rick. We'll see you in the after chat, all right?
All righty, guys. Thank you very much.
Night, Rick.
Night, guys.
See you later, Rick.
Don't get you comfortable.
Billy wanted to ask, what was the question again?
He's not going to know because he wasn't in there in the beginning.
All
but
right,
I almost said the answer.
You certainly did.
What was the name of the band that opened the show for us, Billy? I think you might have tuned in a little bit later.
All right, Chris, you ready for your birthdays?
No.
Get your get the hey.
Now you cannot hold that against him, sir.
I can
forced the laptop
I can put the
closed.
birthdays on the big screen if he needs me.
I still can't.
I got a couple of shout outs on birthday.
Oh, on the birthdays?
Yeah.
After him or before?
I can do it before while he's getting
Here,
set up.
you do this. Take
All
that
right.
mic. Here. His battery's died.
Okay.
All right.
A couple birthdays real quick. Gotta say big shout out to the twins, the Tasmore twins, Nick and Tyler out of Illinois. They turned 23 yesterday. Yeah. And also got to give another big birthday shout out to my mom. Hey.
No, happy birthday, Mama Tucson.
Yeah,
huh?
she celebrated her birthday on Sunday. So.
Awesome. Well, happy birthday,
cool.
Mama Tucson.
Right. Chris is all yours now.
All right. Well, thank you, Damon.
There was your segue, Chris.
Oh boy, here we go. Where's our? Oh, okay.
There you go.
So
My name's not on there.
It has.
I didn't send it into the info at all.
It's on. It's in the notes. Dude, is that your only page of birthdays?
What kind of fucking operation
No,
do you think I'm running right now?
I just thought the list was longer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Boy, that comment reminds me of the first date. Chris, continue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's multiple screens, god damn it.
Well, that was what I was trying to get at.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
I'm sorry, everybody. All right, so here we go. If you're celebrating a birthday this week, you're celebrating along with okay. Oh, birthday sponsored by On Two Wheels BMX Bike Shop.
We're all right.
Go check them out. You get your next national. Joe, here we go. Malate. We have Tom Vargo. Mitch Glowecki.
Good enough.
Okay. Custom Earth Dirt Works.
Hey, man, that's what his Facebook, him or her Facebook says.
Okay. So that's somebody you're friends with. You have Julie Robb.
You know who that is?
Nope.
Tank's sister.
Ah. Oh, happy birthday, Tank sister. We have a BMX Hall of Famer here, Mr. Cash Matthews. Mark Bailey. Oops. Oh, here we go. Another Hall of Famer. And if there's more down this list, I'm going to mess them up. But Mr. Billy Griggs, celebrating a birthday this week. Scott Angus. Mike Warren. Brian Wick. Aaron
Parakovic.
Hey, I almost had that one.
I was just going to bail you out on that. I work with him.
Okay. We have Sam Meek.
Future guest.
David Tungus.
Tungus, close enough.
Tungus. Okay.
Yeah.
Steve Dyer, friend over.
You know him?
Capital City Family BMX. Yeah, and I race with him. Good dude.
He ever taken you out?
For
like
dinner?
come in the corner? Like come in the corner, 1 foot down and shit like he does?
No, but we've come close a couple of times, but nothing serious. No.
Take him out next time, Steve.
The problem is Steve's usually in front.
Yeah.
So that doesn't happen too long. Next on our list, Mighty Mo's BMX Cruise coordinator, Miss Anita Tillman. So if you're looking to go on the cruise, give Anita a call. She will hook you up real quick, get you signed up, taken care of, no problems. We also have Mr. Robert Cardoza from E.T. fame. If you've not seen the movie E.T., Robert's in there. And last but not least, the Pulverizer.
Man, I should have changed the name.
That dude's a nerd.
Mr. Paul Remington, the person we've been talking about all night tonight. His birthday is actually today.
Yep, got the name and none of the money. That stinks.
At least I spelt it with one M.
Yes, sir. I don't know. Everybody always asks me that. Is that one or two? Yeah, when have you ever seen it two?
And we have two special shout outs. Right, Chris?
All right. And we also had yesterday's birthday was our good friend, Mr. Bryan Wilson from T-Bone BMX. And our gold medal Olympian from, 2016?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Connor Fields had birthday yesterday as well.
Very nice.
So T-Bone and Connor Fields sharing a birthday. So happy birthday to you as well. And is that, we're good?
Yeah.
All right. So, again, everybody.
Do you remember the name of the band that opened the show?
Yes, I do.
Who was it?
Well,
we got winners. Don't worry.
Oh, do you have a winner? Okay.
I do.
Walls of Jericho.
Some bitch. All right. Who was the first person, Melissa?
It's going to Justin LeBrie.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So, Justin, send me your home address, please. You can message the show.
Yeah.
We'll get you. Get you your prize pack.
We're going to keep it short and sweet.
All right.
Thank you, guys. We
Thank you.
really appreciate it. Chris,
Yes,
thank you. Paul.
Thank you, dude. Thank you. This was awesome, man. And this is all because of you, brother. And I appreciate
There's
that.
a lot of people
man.
that helped me with it.
Right. Well, to all you, thanks too, because this was just.
That's awesome.
I keep looking at my name on the screen there, and I keep thinking of where it came from. It's like, it's just the shit, dude.
That's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah. It's like, Mario Andretti giving you a nickname if you're an Indy driver.
Right.
It really is.
That's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's and thanks for letting us share your birthday.
Oh man, no place I'd rather be. Don't let Amy hear that.
No. I'm sure she's got plans.
Funny story. Gonna let the cat out of the bag. She's known everything. She's been great. I've been letting her know what we were doing.
Oh really? Nice.
She can keep a secret.
Dude, I'm all right. I'm just gonna personally say this. I'm blessed. I got a beautiful girlfriend. I got a beautiful family. I have a beautiful life, and I have no complaints. Well, other than aching all the time, but that's why I've got BMX take my mind off it, and I just thank you, all of you.
Well, we appreciate
all
you and everything you do, man.
We appreciate your
So
friendship.
Yep. All right, we'll spare you with my boring. Send shit to the email address you already know. Chris, tell them where they can listen to the show, and
all right,
let's dip
wrap
out of
her
here.
up.
And
here we go.
We'll all meet in the after chat.
Everybody, make sure you're following us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Make sure you give us a like our comments as well. If you have information you want to share with the show, Justin already said info@allthingsbmxshow.com. And we also have a podcast version of the show. You get that anywhere you download your podcast from. Sponsored by Mr. Joe Doherty and his BMX in Our Blood podcast. With that, everybody, again, thanks for joining us tonight. Paul, happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you very much.
God bless everybody. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll start. 1,